Morning. Good morning, good morning, good morning. I'm about to share out this live. Welcome in. We talking about this morning, so many things that's going on. So many things that's going on. We're talking about, good morning. I'm just sharing out the live, so I cannot see you if you just came in. I'm sorry, but good morning. You coming in right now. This is the morning reset, and we're going to be talking about what's going on in the community and what's going on in our world today. We talking about just so much, okay? And I'm going to give opportunities for people to jump up and join the discussion with respect. The only thing you need to do in order to jump into the discussion is going to be grab those daily heart meets, all right? That's what you're going to be. That's what I need you to do. And if that sounds like something you could do, please go ahead and grab it. All right. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. What's up, everybody? You guys, again, if you new in here and you never seen my face before on your For You page, you never seen me ever. My name is Ifeanyi, and I'm Big Sis, and we go live every Sunday through Wednesday, 5 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. We go live to go up, and we talking about everything, positive, enlightening. Definitely want to give you a space where you can come in and love on yourself and be able to get ready for the rest of the day. Today we having a discussion, y'all. It's Wednesday, so it's What Up the Wednesdays, and we talking about the rapture. All right, let's go. Thank y'all so much for coming in the room. Again, my name is Ifeanyi, and I'm Big Sis. So if you just coming in, I want y'all to know I go live every Sunday through Wednesday, 5 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. So come on in, get comfy. We just got started. I need y'all to tap up the live and share it out to as many people as you can. We talking about what's going on in our community, what's going on with the rapture talk conversation. We talking about all of that, but I need some people to come in the room so we can get on it. You understand? So I really appreciate y'all for being in here. I am sharing out the live right now, and let's see. Oh my God, I said it to so many people. Hey, Big E, welcome in. Thank y'all so much for coming on in. What's up, everybody? Make sure you grab your daily heart meets. If you just coming in, I am sharing out the live right now, so I may not be able to see you, but I appreciate y'all for being in here. Make sure y'all tapping it out, and y'all are sharing the live out as well. We got to get some more people in here in order to have a discussion. You know what I'm saying? This morning we're gonna be talking about what's going on. We talk about spirituality. Hey, is that Tatiana here? Welcome in. We talk about spirituality. We talk about mindset. We talk about manifestation. We talk about keeping our minds right as we move forward in these interesting days and times, y'all. And we respecting each other with love and positivity every morning. Hey, welcome in. Thank you so much, you guys, for sharing out that live. And thank y'all for tapping it up. Y'all know we need those taps to get the live out on the FYP, okay? Already grab those daily heart meets. That helps as well with the engagement in the room. So grab that if you can. And if you can't, just keep sharing it on out. Happy Wednesday. Hey, Miss Shan, what's up? Happy Wednesday. Okay, happy Wednesday, y'all. Today is What Up Though Wednesday. So we're going to be talking about some things that's going on, in our world right now. Okay, very, very interesting conversations, right? On Wednesdays. I'm not going to, we get as deep as we need to. Okay, we're going to get as but I'm glad that y'all in here. I'm glad y'all coming in. Come on in, come on in, come on in. Okay, come on in, come on in, come on in. We're up. We're ready to go. I'm grateful to be here with y'all. I'm hoping that y'all having an amazing day so far, wherever you at. I'm on the West Coast, so it's early over here. So I ain't did nothing yet but get on here for real. You know what I'm saying? But if y'all have already gotten your day started, I really hope that you are feeling amazing. I hope that it's going well so far, and I hope that you are feeling like, you know what, you able to conquer the day. Okay, you are able to conquer the day. Everybody, thank y'all so much for coming in. Make sure y'all continue to share the live out. I got 7 shares going. I need to get it to at least like 100. People in here, okay? Because what we're gonna be doing, like I said earlier, is talking a little bit about what's going on. I don't know, like, this is something new to me, right? This week I had no idea that the rapture was happening. No idea. Okay, I'm gonna make light of this because I think that I have to. Okay, I think I have to. I have to make light of it because there's so much going on. Sometimes laughter, is our way to is a way of healing. Do you understand? You know what I'm saying? I had no idea that these things were going. I just had no idea that this was going on. And so when I saw it and I started like kind of going down these rabbit holes, which unfortunately that's what I did. Started going down these rabbit holes or whatever, and I'm like, okay, what is actually going on? Like, excuse me, like could we get a little like clarity on like I do think that it's an interesting topic to talk about, and I do think that it needs to be discussed because I am feeling like, mental health, like, no joke, mental health and the levels of like awakenings that people are having to go through, and the mental health things that people are having to like we really having to put these things on the forefront. Yeah, like psychosis awareness, right? We really having to put these things on the forefront. You know what I'm saying? Like, really, we really have to look at these things and talk about these things and make it so that people are aware of what this stuff looks like. Because I'm going to tell you, as a spiritual person, it is way easier to go into something like that, like psychosis or something like that. It's way easier than people really talk about or really discuss, I think. Cult-like behavior is really easier to step into or be a part of than it may seem from the outside. And so, it's really sad, to be honest. Like, it is. It's really sad, for lack of a better word. Like, I definitely think that, there are people that are really suffering, with these things, because I guess I just did not know. I didn't know that people was really, that this was, you said no shit, but they lied again. Who lied? The people that are talking about the rapture talk. Thank y'all for 1K taps. The people that are talking about the rapture, let me know now. I think that, it's a lot. It's a lot. Hey, welcome in, Yvonne. Welcome. Actually, I need to put, thank you for my daily heartbeat. Yay. Hi. We just getting started in here. Welcome in. Thank you so much for coming in, and thank you for liking the live. So we were talking about a little bit about rapture talk, which I had no idea was going on until this weekend. I didn't know that. Thank you so much for those popular votes. And we were just kind of talking about I was just talking about how I realized how much people really, were preparing, and some people were quitting jobs and selling their homes and selling their cars and getting rid of their money and investments and 401ks and things like that, because they really believed that they were going to be raptured this week. And as I went down the rabbit hole, at first I didn't know if it was like a joke or like I thought it was a joke because the guy that I saw the video for, he is a comedian. Okay. He is a comedian, but the video that I saw, yes. The video, I did not know it either. I didn't know. So I was like, wait, what? So went a little bit down the rabbit hole, and it is really people on this app, and they were talking about how they were preparing, like they're giving videos and updates about how they're preparing their home for the people who are going to be here after they go up in the rapture. Yes, it is a thing, and I had to kind of like go down the rabbit hole about it because I was just like, I'm sorry, what? So, you know, and this is no, like, honestly, like, as a spiritual person, I really do think that we should be able to believe what we want to believe. However, when it comes to, you know, giving away all your earthly possessions, you have children, there was women on there that were like, you know, it was a woman that was like crying, terrified, saying like she was just realizing she only had a couple days left with her children. Houston, we have a problem, okay? Like Houston, like this, we have a problem. Like, and I think that it's because things are getting so chaotic that people's resolve is to think, hey, this has to be the end. This has to be the end, and we got to get swooped up out of here. You know what I'm saying? But I think honestly, and again, I'm a spiritual person. I just don't spiritual that way, right? But I do feel for them. And I do think that, you know, it's really a topic that needs to be discussed about how easily people can go into like spiritual psychosis, how easily people can be involved in cults, how easy it is to be persuaded by misinformation. And how, you know, and just the topic of, you know, what the world events are leading us to, you know, anyway. I think that it's like that whole side of TikTok, because once you start even looking at Rapture talk, then the video, you know how the algorithm go. Then you ain't gonna see nothing but people talk about the damn Rapture. And I was like, oh, just keep swiping. Because I'm like, now it's going to be just videos filled of it, whether it's people being genuinely concerned about these people or it's people crying and talking about, you know, like this lady bought 20 Bibles and labeled them all and left them saying that, you know, she wasn't going to be here after this week. And she was labeling them for the people that were going to come and be able to take over her house after she was raptured. Hey, ball mama, thank you so much for my daily heart me. I appreciate you. We are talking a little bit about the rapture conversation that is happening right now. Yes, on TikTok. And it's wild because people said that, you know, Jesus was coming in the middle of the night between the 24th and the 25th. It's like the 23rd, I'm sorry, and the 25th. You know, again, I am a spiritual person. I do not know all the verses of the Bible, so please do not judge me. That we would not know the day or the time. However, they was predicting the day and the time. But it's interesting though, because it's like the shift of the eclipse season and then the fall equinox and stuff like that happened. Just you know, we just finished that new moon on the 21st or something, 22nd or something like that. So it's like these astrological events are happening, and they believe that this week they won't be here anymore, and they're giving away all their worldly possessions. Now, for me, there was a lot of things that I thought, and y'all let me know now. Y'all let me know if y'all want to come up and talk about this, because that is what this is. That is what this is today, is the ability for us to do like a little panel or whatever. So I will, if y'all want me to, let me know if y'all want to come up, because I don't want to just like, you know, y'all just let me know if y'all are with it to come up and talk on the panel. You don't have to put your face on or nothing like that. But before I invite you, because I can invite y'all, okay? There was a few things that happened on my mind when I said that, okay? When I saw that. Hey, Tati, welcome up.
Good morning.
Good morning, how are you?
I'm doing well. I wanted to say one thing because I
Okay.
haven't jumped onto that side at all.
Okay.
But from my experience, I've been around a lot of those type of people, that cult itself. And if you are not with them, essentially they are against you. And they kind of bully you, right? Like it's you have to be on our side, you have to believe what we believe, or you're exiled from the group.
You're
And
the
it's fine, but I am a person that likes facts, and I like to retreat to facts alone or statistics or something that can prove to me that I can believe in this and this can be substantial to my growth, whether in spirituality, whatever, or my lifestyle. It's still being proven that they are wrong again. And am I bitter because of that interaction? I don't know, but I just feel like they're wrong yet again.
Yeah. Yeah. It's pretty tough. I think I wanted to touch on what you said about if you're not with them, you're against them. So
Hmm.
I saw there was people in the in their comments of the videos, for instance, and saying like, I really hope that you get help. And there was comments like, it was comments that was funny and joking and making fun and stuff, right? But it was like really serious. It was really people in there like concerned. And their response to a lot of it was like, the devil is busy, and like these comments and these things, like that's the devil and all of that. And I just was like, oh gosh, like that is, it's really unfortunate. It's really unfortunate.
I really do empathize with them because psychosis is a real thing. And psychosis awareness, like that needs to be a topic of conversation because really and truly,
Yes.
it is sad to see what they're going through. Um, so all jokes aside, it really is a sad. There is like a layer of sadness to this.
It is.
But it's like, what is going to make this more obvious that than this experiment itself? Like this again was another experiment. I've been hearing about this since I was a kid.
Yep.
But now I'm fully an adult that can come up with my own, answers to a lot of things and I'm like, okay, well, we have a choice now. As adults, we're the adults now. And we kind of are still,
Hmm.
so
Yes.
psychosis is a real thing, but aside from everything that you said, because I have not jumped on it, I don't even know what's going on really and truly. I've just heard about it. I saw one joke about Anita Baker caught up in a rapture. I was like, oh, there's something going on. But I left it alone.
That was funny because I
It was
love
hilarious. It was hilarious. It was hilarious.
it was funny, but
It was hilarious. Yeah.
but yes, I think it's like I can. It's a lot of things. One, I laugh when I am nervous. I laugh sometimes when things shouldn't be funny.
That's
Um,
horrible. That's
because
horrible.
it gets me through the moment, right? And I
Okay.
feel like that was one of those things because there was so much happening for me. Because one, I thought about, okay, if these people are getting lawyers or whatever the case may be to sign over all of their possessions, okay, because they think that they're going to disappear in a couple of days.
Hmm.
What happens this weekend? Like,
Hmm.
what if, like, to me, I'm like, what if that is the rapture? Like, what if that is the rapture, right? Like that whole concept itself, what I'll say is the rapture being that awakening to the idea, to
Yes.
the identity that you held so clear, like, so, like, this is what it is, this is how it's gonna go, boom, boom, boom.
The rapture is the psychosis?
No, no, no. Like, okay, let me try to explain what I mean. Like,
Hmm.
the rapture being the after effect of you having to wake up to the fact that your identity means what? You get what I'm saying? Like everything you identify with, because you believe gung ho. Because for
Hmm.
me, what I believe the rapture is consciousness. That's me personally. I believe that it's a Christ consciousness that we're able to get to.
100%. 100%.
So for me, I think, what if this situation is going to allow so many people to wake up to the fact that what they believed was completely wrong? You know what I'm saying? Like,
So yeah, I get it. But I think like, and I can speak for myself, I think having to go through that psychosis moment is where you kind of factor in truth or false.
right.
So you have to, essentially you have to. They needed the rapture anyways to figure out what's next.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Like that's I feel like this is on this is the purpose, right? This
Yes, I agree.
even if they find themselves in a
Good point.
really messed up situation, it's like
That's a really good point. That's a really good point. But it also kind of intertwines with like spirituality in a sense with Saturn returns. A lot of people go through that's, I wouldn't say psychosis, but they go through a rapture itself. Like whatever is in the Saturn return is it's literally mirrored to the experience of the rapture of what you're explaining. And it's like you can't, there's nothing tangible, there's no evidence but the fact that, hey, I've been reading up on this and it looks like everything that I'm experiencing right now at this age bracket is what they explain it to be for a Saturn return. More than likely, whatever they clung to in that sense, and everybody can believe to whatever they want.
yeah,
Like I have to put that because for years I was studying religion,
yeah,
and I know that there are weaves and woven, everything kind of like is woven back into the same thing.
right.
So I don't know. I just think that it's just, an experience that they have to go through. But you do make a good point. It is the experience that they have to go through to then make a choice as an adult. Is this something that I want to continue following?
To believe, yeah.
Yeah.
What does
Hmm.
that mean for me moving forward? You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Like, what
Yep.
does that mean for me moving forward? For my what have I taught my children? What have I put them in the
That's tough.
or think? Have I scared them? Am I scared? Like, what? It takes a lot, but I don't know. They still have to choose that. You get what I'm saying? Like, they still have to choose. Like, okay, I'm going to what's the word? Reflect, self reflect, right? Or you
They
know,
can self reflect or they can get stuck in it too and just choose to say, like, this is, and I respect it so much when people are gun hill and stand gun hill on what they believe in. Like, I really respect it.
hmm I feel
I do.
that.
So,
Feel that.
I don't
One
know.
thing I said was, what if they really do disappear?
Then we got some stuff to talk about.
Like, what if they now that what like it's like because what if their strength was their belief was so powerful? Like, you get what I'm saying? Their belief was so powerful. It's like, what if they really did go? And we all was like,
I don't know because I was also watching the other day. It came up on my YouTube and I was watching the U.S. Congress. Like this guy, he had came up and I guess he's in the Navy, and he was explaining his spottings of the UFOs. So I don't know if this is all connected and then they just disappear and it's the aliens that pop up because everybody is becoming vocal about there is something happening.
right. We know it's something going on. We
It
know
is
it's been
something happening.
yeah,
We
like it's
don't
like
know what it is.
right. It's like regardless to what you believe, it's something going on, right? It's like you can believe in what we're talking about, the rapture. You can believe in
Right.
Christ consciousness. You can believe
Right.
aliens.
The eclipse that happened.
Right.
Yeah.
So the astrology piece to it all.
Yeah.
And all of these things show us that there is a shift happening. There's an
Hmm.
extreme shift happening on the planet right
At the same time.
now. Yeah, at the same time. Like, and
Yeah.
then also you could just believe in history, right? History repeating itself that we're at about 250 years for the United States, right? And usually most empires crumble at that time. So we're looking
Mm.
at that right now as well. And that is also aligned with the astrology that's happening right now. The
Yeah.
astrology that's happening right now was the same with the first American Revolution. So it's just like, okay, we all feel
Something's going on. Yeah.
yeah, like we all feel it. And I think that, you know, we're going through an interesting time, but I feel like the people who are more grounded, I'll say, and I don't mean grounded in like,
Hmm.
you know, I just mean like
Mary Jane, you just talking
grounded.
about somebody that has their own thoughts, can grasp their thoughts. Yeah.
Yeah. Um, are going to be the ones that maintain their sanity, you know, during this time. Um, maintain their peace, you know what I mean, during these times, and are able to help others do the same. Because
I think that the people that have done their research these past years have nothing to worry about. I think the people that are going through this rapture talk right now are experiencing exhaustion because they don't have any tangible evidence as to what is going on.
yeah,
And again, it's something that a lot of people kind of went through in 2020 when it was just like a submergence of like, I have to decide what I believe in because something is in the air.
yeah, yeah,
And we did our own research and we figured out what we wanted to cling on to get us through that. So right now, I don't really, I think that's another, kind of like a little emergence that can happen again from 2020, like just a leech.
yeah. I believe that too. I definitely understand what you're saying because it was a scary time, right? And we
Mhm.
all had to kind of. It was. Everyone around the world was coming to the, I think, realization like of their own mortality. You know what I mean? Like had to because it's like there was no rhyme or reason. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
To a lot of it, and whatever it is that you just you clung onto or you believe, but there was a lot going on, and a lot of people left. You
Yeah.
know, so with really no like everything that they explained, try to say, oh, it's only gonna be this, and it was not. That wasn't the case. So I agree. Like I think that is very similar to what what we may experience coming in these next few months. Um, I don't know. But then again, it's like I also think I don't know. I think a lot of things.
I think a lot of things too, because I also think that
I think a lot
it's
of
not really going to be a religion thing anymore, focus. I think what we're going into right now is the people versus whoever is against our mental health and the goodness of that.
yeah.
And I think that was kind of like, I think we were able to see that in the last week with Tylenol and Jimmy Kimmel and Disney falling. So it's like
I agree.
it's happening.
It's definitely happening. I really thank God because I really am grateful. Because I have no I know things, but I don't know how things are going to come into play. Like I don't know the actual things, but it's like we know, and
Hmm.
I'm grateful like to have that like awareness, if that makes sense. Like I'm so grateful for the awareness to where now that these things are actually happening and it's actually in front of our face, I'm like,
Told you.
yep, that sounds about right. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
versus like, oh my God. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
But
Yes.
I'm really, 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 really grateful for that. Because it can be very detrimental. I think just for me, I was already just born in the, I don't know, like God just really just put me in a place where skeptical of everything. Like you get what I'm saying? If that makes sense. Like I just never really bought the salt. I just never really drank the Kool-Aid for real about none of this shit. And
Yeah.
Like literally. Like I just always felt like a lot of it was backwards. But I just didn't say a lot of it because, you know,
You didn't have believers around you.
yeah, these weren't conversations that people were having. Besides that was talking about maybe racial inequality, you know what I'm saying? Like it wasn't the whole thing, like, or that it was, you know, that things were set up for us to be at odds. You know what I mean? It was just more so we're at odds because of this. And so now that these conversations are being more talked about and more mainstream, it's like people are able to see more and like this is really the great awakening. I just been talking we've been talking about the awakening for years. I had no idea that this is like, you know, I just had no idea how it's going to come about, but I did know that it was going to happen. So yeah, I don't know, like I think that this whole thing is a part. Yeah, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Um,
Yeah.
Completely weird experience. But it's very clear that the agenda was to put people that question things against each other and label it religion. Um, and I don't know. I think like it kind of piggybacks off of the book that I read when it was Outwitting the Devil. It kind of spoke where it's like you don't have a grip on your thoughts. That's
It's cutting
really
out.
that's what.
Say you're
Oh, I'm
Wait, say
sorry.
it again. It cut out. Say it again.
So there was this book that I read. It's called Outwitting the Devil, and
Hmm.
basically it's kind of like the devil, his thoughts on things. And essentially, he likes people that don't have a grip on their thoughts because
Yeah.
they have a right to choose what they believe in, right? And they kind of bait that. They bait it from a young age. They go from from primary school up above, just really relying on the fact that I can put feed this thought into a child and they'll believe it and they won't question it at all.
Yeah.
So I don't know. The basis of religion is kind of funky because it doesn't give you a chance to say, well, why? But
Right.
why?
A lot of the
But
time.
why?
Right. That natural inquisitiveness that we have as children is taught is shunned. You know what I'm saying? In
Yep.
a lot of ways. You get in trouble for asking questions, for being curious.
Yes.
You're supposed to be
Yes.
curious as a human. That's how
Mm-hmm.
I mean that's a part of growth. If a child isn't curious about getting up to walk, then we realize that they have a problem and we need
Yeah.
to address it. You get what I'm saying? Like if it's a baby and it's not trying to walk, you like, okay, wait a minute. After so long, you're gonna be like, wait a minute. You know what I'm saying?
He's not hitting his milestone. Something is wrong.
Exactly, and that's it's the
Yeah.
inquisitiveness that comes with that's in our human nature that's been beat out of us, a lot of us, some figuratively and literally, um, to not question anything, and so we blindly believe, and that is what's good for the people that you know the entities that's controlling this whole thing.
Yeah.
It's good
It's
for us.
just really wild because once people see like from this situation alone, once people kind of see like, hey, there is somebody behind this controlling this whole scenario and essentially like controlling how I think, that's when it starts to get really, that's when it's going to start to be a problem for people. When people wake up and say like, hold on, so you're telling me this whole thing was a game?
Yep.
That's when it's going to become like a problem for a
Yeah.
lot of
Yeah,
people.
I feel like a lot of people are waking up to that now, and I feel like it's happening faster and faster because the events are just getting more and more ridiculous. You know what I'm saying? The stuff is just getting more and more ridiculous. Like, um, it really is. You know, it's just getting more and more like, okay, y'all playing at this point. And,
Yeah. So that's the thing. It's like, damn, like once you start to realize like, damn, I've been played, that's a problem right there.
yeah, and I think a lot of people are waking up to the fact and realizing like all of this is fake. So they, deciding and choosing what's real to them or what is real. Um, because yeah, like even with even with social media and stuff, right? These algorithms, they know what you like, they know what you stay on, they know what you're interested in, so they just gonna keep
Mm-hmm.
pushing you more and more of that. And then you think that that's all that there is, or that that's really everything that you're saying is truth, depending on your level of critical thinking. You know what I'm saying? So or how you take in information. And I'm not saying, look, shoot, some of the stuff I see, I'm like, I don't know if that's true or not. I don't know if it's true or not. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just like, oh my god, like even with the stuff with the rapture at first, when the conversation, the video, like I said, that I saw, the guy is a comedian, so he's telling the story funny, but at the same time, I'm like, I think that what happened is the truth, but you may be exaggerating because it's funny. But like, I think that you really met people that are like ready to give their things away, because there are other people on TikTok that are ready to give their things away. Now, maybe he didn't. He might not have met them at all. He just could be making a whole story up. But there are videos of people that are like, yeah, I gave away this, or I'm doing this, or like that's actually a thing. So I just, like I said, it's like these people are easily persuadable. I see one video saying Jesus coming back tomorrow, and they just was like, "Oh my God, I'm giving away all my stuff. I don't want to miss the train." You know what I'm saying? And it's just like it's wild. Like we really do. We're really in weird. It's some weird times, man. And I think also too, like for me, I just been shown things are happening on different, like everything. That movie, Everything Everywhere All at Once. Have you seen that?
Mm-hmm.
You have?
Yeah, I saw it. It's one of my
Yeah,
favorite
I
movies.
feel.
Yeah,
I
it's one of
know.
my favorites.
Yeah, I need to. I really want to watch it again. Actually, I now it just feels like that a little bit. Like everything is happening all at once. Like these different, all these. It's like so many different dimensions. If that makes sense. Like I don't know. It's just so many different layers to everything. Like now, and I don't, or so many different realities. Right? Like people, we can really see how we really are all living in different realities. Do you follow what I'm saying?
I think
Like,
for that movie, yeah, I'm following what you're saying. I think with that movie, it kind of opens your eyes to like, hey, you can make your life what you want it to be. It really gives you the freedom of choice if you want to stay in this position and own a a laundromat and be behind in bills, or you can become a movie star, or there's a different reality where whatever they had different plot twists, and it's like it's up to you to choose. But I think, and that's why I feel so bad for people, is because what they relied on so long, what they chose to believe in so long, is not really the reality they wanted for themselves.
mm-mm, it's not. It's
And
not.
that's what, yeah, that's the heartbreaking part of it all. It's like they're exhausted right now. And so the psychosis is not because of religion itself, it's because, like, hey, I've been choosing to be faithful to this, belief system,
Yeah.
and my life is not what I want it to be. I'm stressed out about these bills. I think that's what the core of the conversations need to relate to. Because what do you mean? You're just giving up everything now.
Mm-hmm.
It's not about, so I think for me, it's not about
That's
the
real.
fact that it's religion at this point. It's like, I can't afford this, is really what it sounds like.
Well, it's the thing. So it could definitely, possibly, it could definitely be that, right? Because
It sounds like to me, because what are you talking about? You giving up your house and your cars and stuff. What are you talking about? You were looking for a reason to give it up.
No, for real, bro. For real. For real. For real. That's real. I also think too, like it's pretty wild because my goodness. It's pretty wild because I think that excuse me, confirmation birthday. I don't know what else I'm about to say. um I think that is really interesting because yeah, like they definitely could be stressed out about bills. Oh, that's what I was gonna say. I think it's pretty interesting how much we say that there's a separation between religion and like politics, state, business, and all that stuff, but it's so interconnected. It's so
Mm-hmm.
interconnected. It's so it's been used. You know what I mean? And as a spiritual person, it's like, God does have a place in everything, right? But the way that it's been used has been so manipulative and so
Yes.
destructive to people
Yes.
that it's really unfortunate because it does put a lot of pressure on people. You know what I mean? It really does. And I think people are just going through it so bad that it's like they really are clinging, to beliefs so strongly. Uh, to have some sense,
Mm-mm.
to have some sense of sanity, but it's like it's actually doing the opposite.
So, it's so crazy because a lot of times people kind of see the spiritual girlies and they're like, oh, it's so mythical and it's like fantasy based and blah, blah, blah. It's kind of like what they equate spirituality to. Um, but in this sense, it's like this kind of is the same type of spiritual mythical fantasy that you're kind of chasing in a way too. And we can only base that on what is tangible right now because you said a rapture was coming and it's not here. It didn't come. People are going back to work yesterday.
Hmm.
They said a rapture was coming. I did see one girl on my thing say that she was gonna call out of work and she ended up not calling. She ended up going back into work because she came to a realization there wasn't a rapture coming. So what does this mean now?
Yeah. Like, what does it mean for you? What does it mean for like your belief system and what you believe to be true? I think we all are being checked in a one way or another. You get what I'm saying about some things that we may have held so true. Like our ego may have held on to so much. Like this is what's
Yeah.
right. This is what's wrong. This is what you get what I'm saying, and or this is how a certain person should act, or whatever. Right?
Mm-hmm.
We're being checked with all of those things. In so many different areas and arenas of our life that we have to just be like, okay, and I think that it's really tough for people who want to hold on to those ideas like this, like something like this. Like you really are just like, okay, I'm going go gung ho. Jesus is coming tonight. I'm not gonna be here tomorrow.
Wild. Wild, wild, wild.
Yeah, and then it's like
Wild.
people telling churches taking up donations or telling I don't know. It's like
It's
something
a
like
business. It's a business.
yeah,
If they're gonna lose all their customers tomorrow with this thought in practice, give me all that you have right now.
yeah. I know people were
It's
on
it's
social.
a business.
Yeah,
And
people.
the funny thing about spirituality, when I first was led into it, was the thought of like let go to receive more. That was like the first thing. That was the first thing that I was taught in the spirituality realm of things that you have to let go in order to receive.
Yeah,
So I don't know, man. I don't get caught up in this type of stuff. Right now, I'm like very, very selfish about what I put my mind towards and my energy towards. I'm very, very selfish and calculated these days. And this is just not a topic that I even want to overextend myself into, because the depths of it and the reality of it is very, very sad. And the state of the world right now is very, very sad to me. Very, very sad.
Yep. Yeah. I agree. I think that it's really tough. Because I didn't even know this was going on. I didn't. And God has just continues to show me like how much you know, but how much you don't know, at any given point, and
Yeah.
how much could be going on that I have no idea about. Hey Billy, what's going on? Thanks so much for coming in. And I think that there's a good thing, there's goodness in that. I don't need to know everything. I just don't. But what I have seen, with this conversation, it's really sad. It's really sad. It's really unfortunate. And it's hey, and it really is like, just concerning, as far as community wise and like how, it's just, I don't know, man. It's so many things that I think that it's just really unfortunate because, people really do really could be I don't know. I just know people were saying like they were worried about, okay, if it doesn't happen, then what are you gonna do? Like, you know what I mean? Like, do you still believe that it's time for y'all to go? You get what I'm saying? Um, Thank you, Billy, for my populars. And are you gonna do anything to self harm? Um, and I will hope not. I don't necessarily think that that
What?
what happens. Then again, I don't know. I don't know these people. You know what I'm saying?
What?
Hey,
Wow. I didn't even know it goes that. I didn't even know it went further down till self harming. Listen, let me tell you something. Those people's minds are exhausted.
they
Week after week, it's been something new with that community, and especially the Palm community right now are going through it. And so, week after week, it's something going on, and you just gotta like kind of just look and
You got to be in observe, but not be in.
observe. Yep.
Yeah. Hey, Ellie, welcome in. We were just talking. It's just been me and Tatiana on here. We've been talking a lot about Rapture talk and what we were seeing and how people were like, or well, I know I've seen a little bit more than Tatiana has seen, but we were just talking about the conversation of people really believing that everything that they were leaving today or that they were leaving yesterday, this week, between Tuesday and Thursday, Jesus was coming back to take these people home. And
Wow.
I think it's just an interesting thing because I've kind of started going down a rabbit hole about it on TikTok. And it's very unfortunate. So if y'all want to come up and request, let me know because hey Ellie, welcome.
Good
Morning.
morning.
Good morning.
Happy Wednesday, y'all.
Hey
Happy,
Foodie.
happy Wednesday. What's your thoughts on what's going on with the rapture?
Well, honestly, until yesterday, I was living in my own bubble. I didn't even know what was going on. So,
Exactly. Exactly.
I did not know. So when she sent me that, so I was like, wow, I did not know people were really like going in. Like I did not know. So
I don't think a lot of people know.
yeah.
Nope.
It's like I don't know how we can live in like all these different like I feel like we're living in two different worlds, to be honest. Like it's crazy.
Yeah. We're living in so I feel yeah.
Huh?
Definitely living in two different worlds.
Right? Because even like when I watch some of the videos and I would
What
go
you
in and
saying?
like
People
hear
believe
how they're even talking, I'm like, are these people like, even though it's like we're laughing, I'm like, they're being dead ass, but it's so funny. I'm like, wow.
no, I know. It's like, and I told her I was like, I laugh when things are uncomfortable a lot of times, or I'll laugh because it just gives me it'll get me through the moment. But I really was like, dang, this is really sad because I was just saying like we don't talk enough about like psychosis and stuff like
You,
that and like mental health.
you took it right, the words right out of my mouth, because I was like, when I was reading the comments and they were talking about religious psychosis, like that's a real thing. Like There were supposedly people putting down their pets, bro. Killing their pet. Excuse me, I'm sorry. Unaliving their pets.
What?
Yes. Like that's
Again, what I'm standing on is a lot of people are going through hard times and need a reason to be like, hey, I can't afford this anymore, so this has to go. I'm telling you,
that's
this
a
is
good.
their reason to
Somebody
be
is
like,
definitely.
hey, I can't afford this anymore. You gotta go.
you
You got to go. The
you gotta
family
go.
dog has to go. We can't afford it anymore.
And
People
honestly,
believe in anything. I want to challenge Billy to that because I feel like this is the time where you need to believe in something.
yeah,
People
you
believe
do need to
anything.
believe in something. But I think
Yeah,
that right. I think that is wild because I think putting the point about like wanting to give it all up and be like, I can't do this no more. I think that that is a part of it because wouldn't that be much easier? Like,
exactly.
if it wouldn't it be much easier if you just if it was not saying like something bad happened, it's just like you just disappear. That's it. And you just in heaven, and it's just
Yeah.
and
Yeah,
we
that's
and we
they're hoping. That's why they were so excited. They were like they're quitting their jobs like they're doing, like she said, like they're like F this. Like everyone's just over
I'm
it.
out.
So
I'm out.
mhm.
I'm out this board. Good luck. Good luck. I'm gone. And
Yeah,
I think
definitely need something to believe
like
in.
that's easier.
But don't believe anything. No, that's true. But
You
when
definitely need
people,
something though, but don't believe
it's
anything.
just different, man. It's a different time right now because like I said, if I believe fully that this is not about religion, but just on a when it comes to the financial state right now, it becomes two different topics of conversation because you then see it in two different ways. I don't really see it as a state of like, okay, this is for my religion. I honestly feel like this is a ploy. This is their way of saying claiming bankruptcy and not really putting it on. Like I think it's just their way of saying I'm claiming bankruptcy and I'm hiding behind religion. That's what I believe in fully right now.
Mm. I see your point. I feel like some people probably definitely have that angle. Not, but there are like if you watch some of that, there are some people that truly because they were over here talking about some prophet or some like religious guy from South Africa or something like that. That he's been like people follow him and like he's like a really big religious guy and he was really the one that was going hard about like the date and like knowing that Jesus was coming back and so like I do believe some people really do follow and like they're
Yeah.
fanatics and they believe people so.
Yeah.
I
And
just don't think that. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say what Billy said. I think people have been looking for a reason to give up now
Mhm.
for a long time.
Yes,
That's what I
yes.
think too. Like I think that all of that ties in, right? Like it's like the overall reason to give up, to just be like, yep,
Yeah.
I'm done. I'm washing my hands of
I'm
this.
exhausted. I'm
I'm exhausted.
exhausted. That's
I'm
it.
exhausted. I'm out. Because let's think about it. To be in that, and again, everybody is able to have their own beliefs and views and everything, but to be somewhere where everything you do is sin and every move you make could possibly be punishment, damnation to hell. You get what I'm saying? Like that's exhausting. It is. It is. And it's like these people are living in that reality. You know what I'm saying?
Listen. It's uncomfortable. It's uncomfortable for me to sympathize because we are adults now. One, two, we have a lot of choices on what we can and cannot believe in. Three, we have technology that gives us research in the palm of our hands right now. If we have a question, ChatGPT can answer that and cite it to Google and this article and that article. So the information is in your hands right now.
Yeah.
So I think that I think it's just poor. I think it's just poor that we still can keep on relying on religion to kind of like, man, I wish I had the words for this because it's gonna sound like I don't have any sympathy or empathy for these people. But right now I just feel like it's just poor choices, and why can't we just say that it's poor choices without having to feel guilty about these people going through a religious psychosis?
Yeah, yeah. I get what you mean. Like it's like the responsibility of being an adult itself and like
It's
thinking,
irresponsible. Yes.
yeah, as an adult, like critically thinking. That's the, but I think that's
Hmm.
like the whole
But that's
conversation.
never been promoted though.
Right.
Critical, let's be real. Even whether you're religious or not, that's never been promoted, especially in this society. It's always about following orders and following directions. So let's also see how people have been trained. I mean, you learn from a young age in school how to just follow, be a worker, do this, do that. So, and even in religion, it's the same thing. Follow the word, follow the Bible, and then they're interpreting. It's their interpretation of the Bible. So you also got to look at how people have been brainwashed, and so you're gonna see religious psychosis. Let's be real.
Yeah.
But Ellie,
Hmm.
what we saw the other day when it came down to Disney losing $4 billion within one day.
Mm.
In one day. And I don't have a Disney subscription, but I know a lot of palm collar people have that, right?
Hmm.
So why can't we say that critical thinking was observed during that when they had that choice to say, hey, I don't like that and I'm going to unsubscribe from this? Why can't they unsubscribe from that?
I think because I think that because the indoctrination is so deeply rooted in shame and guilt and fear. Like I feel like it's like I feel like okay, you can realize where your dollars are going in that way to be like, no,
I don't think that's fair to say. I think for black people, yes. I don't think for palm people.
you don't think
I
so?
don't think they have I don't think they have enough shame or grief or anything like that. I think for black people, yes, because we really had to rewire our mind.
So did they.
I
Let's.
think
So did they. There's no.
I think that they do though, like have that
Yeah.
level of shame. Even
Yeah.
though, but I do I hear what you're saying as far as it being us, like the layer is
Mhm.
a little bit thicker, right? But I do,
Yes.
Right.
I feel that. I feel that because
Okay.
of slavery and all of those conditions. But I
But
do
they're
feel,
under the same indoctrination, though. Let's be real. We're sitting here saying like they're not going to separate. They're a part of the same society, so they are just as indoctrinated as we are.
yeah,
Just because they're indoctrinated in a different way doesn't mean that they're not being indoctrinated or brainwashed. You get
yeah,
what I'm saying?
So you do believe that they're brainwashed in a sense.
Of course,
yeah.
everyone is. What do you mean? That's a part. We're all.
I think sometimes they have like a way of flipping a switch. I think that when when they're ready to be like, "Hey, I don't want to subscribe to this anymore," they just don't do it anymore.
That has to do with access to freedom. I don't think that that's a race thing. That's not a race thing. That's whoever, you know what I mean? That's definitely not a
What
race
you mean
thing.
when you say Ellie, when you say access to freedom, like what you mean specifically?
Access to finance, like people that are
Oh,
just,
financial.
yeah, financial freedom. Because at the end of the day, there's no regular person that could just decide to do that and be okay. You get what I'm saying? There is no, it doesn't matter whether they're white, black, yellow, or purple.
Yeah,
Mm,
like decide to like just remove themselves. Is that what you mean?
Correct. Who
Yeah,
can, yeah, at the end of the day, who can live, you know what I'm saying? So like when it comes to that, but with the Disney thing, I don't even think that's really a good example because that was still just people following the herd because of the fact of they felt like one of theirs was attacked and it's the freedom, and we live in a country where we're supposed to have freedom of speech and all that stuff. And now they're seeing that it doesn't matter what political side you subscribe to, they're coming for your rights, which is what people have been talking about. It don't matter whether you're Democrat or Republican. If they want to silence you, they will silence you. So
yeah,
that's what they're realizing. And that's what they're realizing that, oh, if I, support this corporation, yeah, Disney has been, a freaking huge and they've been doing stuff like that. But it's just like, okay, people only realize stuff when it hits home.
yeah.
So that when it comes to that, but I don't know.
I feel like it's really interesting because we all have a level of, well, we all have been doing some waking up, right? But it we don't know what situation or what confrontation will cause us to like, aha, like, yeah, this isn't what we think it is. You know what I mean? And I think for the people that I was seeing on Rapture Talk, it was more of those like, thank you, Butters, for my daily heart meet. It was more of those people who are, well,
country bunky.
because it was called. It was definitely, these people. That's what I saw. I didn't really see anybody that looked like us. But y'all can correct me if y'all saw some people that was more like, like this. I didn't really see that. I saw more palm color, seemed like very small town.
Okay.
Maybe
Country bunky.
From
like, yeah, back in the woods type.
In the country.
Yeah, like very small. Because think about it, like when I
they're
even think
small minded.
Yes, when I even think about like what people have access to educationally in those more like smaller rural communities where church is the thing. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like church is like everybody. The pastor is the mayor. You get what I'm saying? Like that type of thing. Not
Crazy.
realistically, but for real. Like it's like everything is centered around that. So it's like if that's where you're getting all your information from, that is going to truly impact the way you live your everyday life and what you think you're supposed to do and what you're not supposed to do. And I think that what I saw a lot of that, and that's why I was saying like I feel like it is so deeply rooted in like shame and guilt. Like, okay, you feel shame for doing this thing, like you're gonna be punished. You know what I mean? Severely. I mean, hell, like because of that, you're gonna be punished severely for going to hell. So if you don't think this way, you're gonna burn forever, eternity. So it's like whether we think about it, it's like as black people or other color, it's like those other people are also indoctrinated into that fear of burning for the rest of eternity. You get what I'm saying?
Wow.
Which is scary
Yeah.
as hell.
It's extreme. It's extreme.
People really, and people really are living their life like that in the with the level of fear that if they make some wrong choices, that they are going to die for the rest of eternity.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know about y'all, but like, I mean, I was raised religious too. Like, I was raised, like, not by choice, but like, I was raised in a Christian, and that's literally what you're taught. That's literally what you're taught.
Yeah.
That's extreme.
And I'm not even gonna lie, like I actually saw some people. I saw a girl that's a very popular. Yeah, Billy, it has to be
Yeah,
extreme.
it does. Absolutely.
It has to be extreme for them
It
to
has
piss
to
control.
be so
Exactly.
deep. Yeah, it has to be so deep, and it is because think about. I saw this creator that people were having a conversation about that looks like us. That was like at a Bible. I don't know. She was at like a Bible camp or something, and he was telling these kids that I'm talking about kids that they were going to DIE, and they were sinners and they didn't deserve. Like she was saying something so extreme to these kids to the point where the kids was like, that was harsh. Like the kid was like that. And I was like, why are we teaching our kids this? Why are we frightening our children, so much by a guy who loves, from a guy who loves us? Like, I don't, like that as I've gotten older, I've been able to think more critically about it. But I was really sad for the kids because I'm like, and this is how people get those plants of fear and shame and guilt so early on that they have to work through as adults. And it is also what leads them to not critically think because you're just, you're just trying to seek an approval, an approval outside of yourself to not burn for the rest of forever. I don't know.
Right.
I can't remember the name of the girl.
I didn't know that they taught that in Christianity. I really didn't know that at all, to be completely honest. So I'm like learning more because by default, I am Muslim, but in a sense, we still don't really have that type of extreme. Like we still welcome death as like, oh, like it's amazing, like it never gave like this is going to be the end of the world if someone is to
Yeah.
go away. So it's like it is extreme to see that Christianity, but then again, like it has been coined as a way for a successful business for America for a very long time. So
Correct.
it
Yep.
makes sense that it has to be that extreme
Yeah.
because religion should not be the core of it should not be you're gonna rot if you don't decide to do this. Like, that should not be what religion is based upon. But again, for the success of Christianity, it's been coined to be that extreme. So I get it, but
Yeah.
still, like, I don't know.
Yeah, and a lot of religious people, especially Christians, a lot of Christians, especially in America, don't like to have this conversation, but that same religion, it was used to enslave. They used Christianity to enslave the people here, and they used the same Bible to say that it was written in there and it was okay.
Yeah.
So like we don't talk about that, but like that's literally how this country was founded.
Yeah,
Literally.
successfully
Yeah. So
for
why would they
years.
yeah, so why would they release that type of control if they were able to enslave human beings?
Right, and convince them that what they were doing was right and
Was
honorable,
from God. It was godly.
and that they would be,
Like think about
and that
it.
right, and that their reward would come after death. You know, like
Oh,
reward for everything that they were doing here in this life would come in heaven's gates, and if they did everything right here, which included free labor and taking care of master's children and doing all of that, and doing
heavenly.
literally the
Okay,
whole thing,
gotcha.
then they would be okay after the fact,
Yeah.
not during.
Yeah.
You're gonna be okay after, and you don't have to worry about burning for the rest of eternity.
Hmm.
And this is why it's so deeply rooted in our culture, and people are waking up to, but a lot of people are talking about it more, but they don't. It is very uncomfortable for some because
Yeah.
it challenges the entire idea of God, essentially, right? And it
They don't know
creates,
how to separate God from religion. That's what it is.
yeah, yeah, yeah. It
Or is it just a reward system?
wait, say it again.
Is it just the reward system that we need to be speaking on? Because it sounds like the reward comes after life. So the core of it has to do with rewards. It has nothing to do with beliefs anymore. It's just about the reward system.
Now that's interesting that you say that because I feel that because I mean humans at the end of the day we are like psychologically we're looking for reward, right?
Incentive, yeah, an incentive, yep.
Incentive. And yes, the a good afterlife is the incentive. Not a good life.
And that's the problem. That's what I get what she's saying. Like the mindset has to shift that you need to be good within this life. You're over here thinking about an afterlife and living a that doesn't even make sense.
Yeah.
That's
Living a terrible life presently and
in
What does
thinking
that
that
mean now? Because I mean, if
wow.
what does that mean now if like you were like a bigot and like very, I'm just saying, like, for the people that were in these little country bunky neighborhoods, they have practiced being a bigot and things of that nature. The reward system doesn't even equivalent to who you are right now as a being.
yeah.
Well, that's what I mean by they justify it. They feel like who they're being is what God wants them to be.
Yep.
Oh my
That's what I'm
goodness.
saying. That's why it's twisted.
Yeah, and this is a good point that Billy made in the comments. He said you have to believe it in order for it to work. We don't actually know anything; we just believe it.
Correct.
Like,
Yeah, belief is everything. You're right. That's what manifestation is all about.
no, it is.
But at the same time, that's why I'm saying, like, okay, well, this should have showed you this week what you believe in now is still not tangible. So what's next?
Yeah, yeah. For the people who thought they was leaving this week. Yeah,
Yeah, what's next?
I'm
I
very.
would love to
Because
have a
we can't keep
conversation
on
with somebody.
doing this now.
I
I'd love
know.
to
It's like think
hear,
about how
like,
many times like we thought it was all over. Like, yeah, I don't know if y'all remember like Y2K for instance.
yes, 1999, 2012. Oh my God. We've
Like
lived
all
through
these.
how many end of the world situations and we're not even 40 yet.
December 21st, superpowers.
Oh, literally.
Come
The
on.
superpowers that we was getting. It's been so much. It's so many things. At this time, if you an
No,
adult,
we
you know what
lived
I'm
through a
saying.
lot. This is not fair. It's not fair. It's not fair at all.
I know. Yeah, like the millennials, Lord, we done been through it. We done been through it. I'm just be like, whatever.
So it's like, what's next?
For real. Like I feel like at this, like I feel strong, if that makes sense. Like I feel like we can, we can weather anything because we done been through so many end of the world, so
For
many we
sure.
thought that were all overs. You know what I'm saying? So I just y'all this conversation. I mean, these conversations. I feel like I wanted to have it because, like you said, it's like what happens to the people on September 26th, right? Let's say, God forbid, these people just gave away their whole lives this week. Gave away their jobs, their cars, their houses, the shoes, the dog, everything.
I'm standing on they couldn't afford it. That's what I'm standing on right now. I'm standing on they already had a
I'm
plan for
sure.
RV.
She had a
That's what
point.
I'm
She has
standing
a
on.
point.
I'm sure that is absolutely true. Like I am
Yeah.
sure. When Y2K happened, I asked my mom, "Could I ride my bike one more time?" I was
Oh
trying to
my
stay up late. I was trying to stay up through it to see what was going to happen. I remember us stocking up
No,
on.
I pulled the all nighter for December 21st. I wanted to make sure I got my superpowers that day, and I think I did. I really think I did. No, I honestly believe I did though. I stand on that. I got a little bit of superpower because I'm not affected by none of this that's going on right now. So
God.
I think that's my superpower.
There you go.
Yeah, you got that. You woke up. You got a little bit more power up here in that
Something,
third eye.
something,
You was able to
something.
see through the madness, right? That is a superpower for sure.
For
That's
real, for
funny.
real.
We was stocking up on water and everything, stocking up on food, all type of. Thought it was all everything was crashing. We weren't gonna have no internet, no nothing. Jesus.
Mm.
Okay, it was
I do
crazy,
want
but
to see what they have to say. What's next, though? I'm genuinely like curious now, just to see what they come up
I'm
with
hoping,
next now.
like I said earlier, I'm really hoping that maybe this is like though that wakes them up. You get what I'm saying? That wakes it because all of these things, like you said, it's a mass awakening happening in general, and so it's like we don't know what situation is going to wake who up, or or just to the even the fact of just being able to think for self, think critically, real like bring your power back into you type of thing. And even if you have, it's not to say that we all gonna believe the same things because we're not. But it's just like, hello, like something, right? Not to just fall for anything and everything. And I wonder if this is going. I would hope that they wouldn't just say, well, maybe it's next Thursday. Somebody else said, you know what I'm saying? Like they wouldn't just hop on the next train and be like, well, this was a false. Some people did go, but this time, we leave December 3rd. Like, you know what I'm saying? And just come up with another date. I
With the
hope
way
that,
with the way people are, there are gonna be some people that are gonna do that. You already know.
yes,
Hopefully not all of them. I'm
I
just.
know. I'm hoping that some people are like, wait a damn minute.
Mhm.
No, cause no, now I got questions for the South African pastor. You were
Yep.
so right about this. What's going on?
Yep. He was over here saying he was a prophet.
No. So what's
You
going
don't get
on
off that
now?
easy, man. You don't get off that easy. I'm coming to stay
Yeah,
with you.
no. What's going on?
Yeah, you gonna have to fly me out. I sold all of my stuff. I don't got nowhere to stay. I'm coming to stay at
Yeah,
your.
and don't block my comments. Don't mute me. I have questions. Like, no, it don't make sense. We can put a whole nation in a state of frantic right now. Come on.
Come
What are
on.
we doing?
Y'all. I took this wild, y'all. But the jokes was so funny. The stuff is so funny. They're caught up in the rap, the Anita Baker one. That's it.
Yeah.
What is that?
You know, also the side effect of that could also be that some of those people could just stop believing in anything too, which is also bad.
Yeah.
Because you know what I mean? With something this extreme, they're like, wait, they're going to be like, what can I believe in? I've been lied to my whole life.
But I just don't like how everything kind of was like curated as like a domino effect because it was the Kirk thing. And then all of a sudden it just switched conversations to like the Rapture thing. But like, it's like What is going on behind all of this? Like,
That's it.
what
You're
is
asking the
actually?
right question. That's what they don't. That it's all a distraction. You 100% on point. It's a distraction. That's what it
There
is.
is something way more than just this conversation. We're not even on topic right now.
Facts.
Be completely honest. We just joking and laughing right now because what they are trying to hide behind all of this is something real. I mean, it went from Epstein to then Kirk to
Yeah.
then this
Yeah.
situation.
Mm-hmm.
So much stuff, and Lord knows it's 1,000 things that we not even talking about. That you're not even.
Correct.
There's so
That we're
much
not even privy to,
news
and that we
cycle.
don't even probably want to know. Let's be real, like how the energy has been feeling anyway. Like she said, it's so deeper, it's so bigger than what we could even probably imagine.
Yeah.
Mm.
I think the only thing I can say, like for myself on surface, and this is just still even what I'm about to say is pretty surface level, like, is that time is up. Like they know that things are collapsing. They know that they're not able to control as much as they used to. They know that. They know that their reign of being able to control, because we all have so much access to information. A lot of us are waking up spiritually, emotionally, and got our third eye tapped in, right? A lot of people are, just starting to do the questioning, whether it's going to be people that are just going to blindly believe, but it is also a lot of people that are questioning. I think that they're scrambling, in the news cycle, which is what they've been controlling for all this time to be able to project whatever story they want to. They're still trying to do it, but they trying to do it so quick and so fast that it creates like confusion. You over here 1 minute, now we over here, like you said, is this story, that story, that story, this happens, it's such a flip,
What is going on?
right? So you can't really like get your bearings. You know what I'm saying? You can't really get your bearings. You're not gonna remember one thing from the next. You know what I mean? I think that that's what's going on. Like not like, and they know that. Like the powers that be, whoever that is, right?
Confusion and chaos. Yeah.
They're going to create confusion and chaos because that is also like if they can create fear, that is also a way of control to some degree. You know what I mean? Like that fear that's easier to control.
Yep.
Yeah.
I think that
It's the only control that they need.
like of course it's some deeper things going on, right? We got the whole, I believe, what was that, the whole Congress or all these lawmakers that just went to Israel,
Israel?
and
Yes.
situation, which I have to read a little bit more about that, to be honest. Like I got to do a little bit more deep diving about it, but I know that that's something.
Pledge allegiance to Israel. What is going on?
Right. So it's like that's happened. Those things are happening. That's something that's huge that's happening, right? All at the same time.
Facts.
All of this other stuff that's being pushed, that I'm sure people don't know that that they didn't see that, right?
Yep.
But they're over here talking about Jimmy Kimmel because that's a distraction too. That's why it's all a distraction.
Listen, and so for the people that went through the deep awakening period, and again, the book that I read, Outwitting the Devil, that was published in 1911. Okay. He was talking about the fact that he loves his ops, which is Christians, because they always advocate for him anyways. He doesn't even have to speak. They control the narrative for him anyways. Right? It's kind of powerful to see how all of these things go back to fear and a reward system. That's all it comes back to, is just fear and a reward system. And so what you're telling me from this thought pattern is that today, what we're seeing happen today is the fact that there was hey, I'm gonna die behind this because I see that I didn't even know Christians thought that. I really didn't even think that. So I'm learning so much today, but I did not know the reward system for all of this is if I don't go this way, if I don't do this, if I don't allow myself to be controlled, I will die in burning hell. Like I knew the thought of it was hell, but I just didn't know it was that extreme to that point.
It's deep.
Because I can understand selling all of my stuff because, hey, I am in fear right now that this is going to be my reality for the rest of my life. I can get that and I can empathize with that. But now that the day has came and passed, and it's a new day, and the sun just came out again, and it's not burning you, what's next?
It's really
Those
it's
are
a
the
lot. It's a lot. It's a lot to think about, and it just shows. I think for me,
I wish
with
there was somebody out here that can explain their thought pattern
right. I
behind
would
it.
love to talk to somebody that really believes in that, subscribes to that, and like really understand their point of view.
yeah, because I think that a lot of us, like you said, I mean, or what we kind of said earlier, believing in something, right? And I do believe that it's important to believe in something. However,
Hmm.
at what level do you self reflect and be, okay, maybe I was wrong, or you know what I'm saying? Like,
There's no
maybe there's more
accountability
to
in
the
this.
story. Maybe there's more to the story. Maybe there's something I missed instead of being like gung ho
But
on this.
Christianity doesn't teach accountability. Christianity
No,
does
Okay.
not teach accountability.
now that right
Everything
there.
is Jesus gonna come, Jesus gonna fix it, Jesus
So
this,
that's why I
Jesus that.
say it's
Always.
irresponsible as an adult. As
It
an
is.
adult, that's so irresponsible.
That ties to that point, absolutely, because that does not, you are so right, and I've never put those words together like that, but absolutely, it does not teach accountability, which is why we have all of these situations of where people are so fearful and afraid because they're not accountable for their own actions. They don't take any accountability for themselves, nor do they self correct. They believe that someone in the sky is going to do it or has already done it on the cross. You know what I mean? They believe that that has already happened for them on the cross, and that that they are going to repent and say sorry about it. But they honestly continue to do all of the stuff that would get them into the fiery pits of hell continuously.
Facts.
This is
Because if I grew up in a country bunky town, I essentially be like, "Yeah, I can't do this anymore. I need some AC. I gotta go. I gotta get away from this. I gotta go to school. I gotta graduate.
but
Like
see
I'm
that
taking accountability for this lifestyle and moving out of it because I want more for myself.
But see, that's the thing that's inside. That's that spark that's within you that was already there. Hey, chef. Good morning. That's already within you that was there. You decide. You are a person who has that inquisitive knowledge, or like that inquisitive being about yourself of wanting more, right? That feeling that's going to draw you outside of what seems to be acceptable for everybody else. But there's a lot of people that stay there. They don't have that. They don't have that. They don't have that. They might get that now. You get what I'm saying? Like whatever was in you.
Okay. Okay.
For me, I grew up in Detroit, and I knew I loved Detroit. I still love Detroit. But I knew different for my life, right? But I could go back there right now. I haven't lived there in, I don't know, it's been a minute. 13, 14, 15 years or something like that. It's gonna be
Yeah.
people doing the exact same thing that I was doing there in the exact same space on the exact same block, going to the exact same store, same thing. Right? I knew when I
That's
realized
crazy.
before, and that's in every arena, that's everywhere,
Now
right?
that's a definition of crazy though, for real.
Expecting a
Yeah.
different result. Yeah, doing the same. Yep.
Doing the same thing, expecting like that anything is gonna change ever. It's like no, I can literally tell you I probably could go literally back to my block and it's the same people sitting on the same block doing the same thing, smoking, drinking, taking shots of Patron every freaking day, going to the same store right there on the corner. You get what I'm saying? Like the same routine, day in and day out. And this is no judgment to them, like for real, no judgment. But I realized that I wanted more for that, but everybody don't have that. Hey JB, what's going on? Thank you guys so much for coming in this morning. We talking a little bit about Rapture Talk, and just to give y'all a heads up, this is kind of where the conversation is. Talking about Rapture Talk, independent thinking, and mindset, and what leads people to that way. And if y'all want to hop up, feel free to request because you definitely can come up and join the conversation. Thank you so much, Sassy. It's a simulation for real. It's a simulation for real, Billy. It really is, and when you wake up to it and and realize that you can play the game differently, right? You can play the game differently. Thank you, Sassy, for my gold populars. And you reach level 5 in here. What? Let's go. Once you realize you can play the game a little bit differently, it becomes different. It becomes different for you. The perspective and how you move about life becomes different. But for the people who, really thought that they were leaving in a rapture this week, we were talking about just the mental anguish that they must be under, and how we've been, indoctrinated or, thought to believe that, what's the word I'm looking for, or how we've been thought. Thank you guys for all the gifts and the daily hall. Thank you. We just been, talking about how, it's unfortunate that people really think that way, and they are. I don't know. Y'all can finish what I'm saying, because I feel like I'm losing my thoughts. But I was trying to like recap.
Controlled in fear.
Yes, controlled.
It's actually just controlled in fear
and not love. Hey, Mr. Nobody, welcome in.
I don't know. I'm just, and that's why I didn't get into it, because even right now, like, I feel exhausted because of the fact that I think, like, it's just irresponsible. I think we just gotten to a point where even if you in the country, Bunky, you got Wi-Fi, you can. It's something popping up on your on your FYP that gives you the opportunity to choose, or to grow. And
but Tatiana, now that's something that you're interested in, that you said on your FYP. But here's the thing: the way the algorithm works now, it's going to continue to show you more of what you look for, right? It may not ever give those people an opportunity, not anymore, because we have gotten so, like, the algorithm and all that has shrunk down so much, and it's been so censored, and like it knows people so well now that it is only showing people just from, and I could just talk about this app alone, right? The moment you search something up, it's going to continue to show you that boom, boom, boom. So if these people are not reaching out and consciously thinking, hey, let me learn more about, I don't know, anything, let's just say conspiracy, for lack of better, for any, just because I can think of nothing. If they're not actively searching these things out, it is not going to show them that. It is only going to show them the propaganda that feeds what they already believe. And this is the unfortunate part, right? This is the unfortunate part about the algorithm. Hey, Patai, welcome in. This is the unfortunate part, because it's like, it's only if you do not seek outside of yourself or outside of what is normal to you, it is not going to show you that anymore. Whereas it used to be a little different, but now it's getting so much more streamlined that it's like, if you are literally only searching ways to prepare my house for the rapture, Bible verses, what does the Lord Jesus Christ say about, I don't know, potatoes, whatever, right? That's what it's going to continue to show you. It is, if you don't break out of that pattern and search something else, it's not going to show you something else anymore, which is
by design.
But how is Twitter still successful, though?
That's
how is Twitter still successful? Twitter is a successful platform because it gives you a chance to argue
I can't say
your belief.
Yeah, I'm not on Twitter. I haven't been on Twitter in years.
But still, it's still these people that's in country buck neighborhoods, and they're still they will find themselves in conversations. They can find them. They'll find themselves in these conversations, in these rooms, to argue their point and belief system. I just don't think that's fair, because when they want to be united on something, they will you'll find them in the comment section. They will be there in the comment section.
But they're united on ignorance, though. It's still ignorance.
Right.
But then they still have a point they still have it. So it is ignorance, but at the same time, they are actively questioning somebody else's perceived ignorance too. So you can't say that they're blinded by it, because somebody is giving them a choice to believe, and they're arguing they're defending their ignorance, which is great, but it poses them to question what they believe in, and that's why they commented on it.
Because it's
You get
something.
what I'm trying to say?
Yeah,
So they're not
They're
they're not
arguing something that
blinded.
they are still, though. What she's saying is they're, because look at the fact that they're arguing, right? They're not even trying to hear a different perspective. They're just arguing because what they know is what they know, and that's what they believe. Once you're saying something outside of that, that's what they're arguing. Even when you read those comments, they're not even trying to have a different perspective. They're not even trying to have a conversation. They're just rattling on what they've memorized, what they've been taught, what they've been indoctrinated to believe. So that's what it means by they've been blinded, because they're literally just spewing what they've been told, and that's it. And there's no critical thinking, there's no thought process, because if you ask them deep probing questions, they can't even truly tell you like why it makes sense. Because if you truly have a belief and you stand for something, you'll know how it applies to you, like directly, and not just repeat or regurgitate what someone else told you. You know what I mean?
No, I completely understand. It's just that we've also seen a lot of times, people challenge these people, and we've seen them, like, again, like you said, when they probe the right questions, they've been able to, then they have nothing to kind of explain to that thought pattern. So it's not like it's just happening. These have been years of people experimenting and saying, I don't believe in this, and I challenge you to come up here and state your beliefs and make me wrong, right? And so we've seen arguments where people have not been made wrong, which gave me at least a chance to say, you know what, I actually don't believe in this. And that was sparked at 12. That was like at 11. I'm like, you know what, I don't believe in this. So in 2025, what are we still doing?
That's the question.
This is like beating a dead horse now, honestly, in my opinion.
I think that's the thing. Like, I don't really know. I think that these different situations and all these different things that are happening all around us that are forcing some of us to think differently. I think that they may continue to happen. Like to continue to challenge everyone's thought processes, or to have these conversations. I think that, and I also think that a lot of us who have been like broken open, and I'll say that in a way of like experienced some like really hard times, and had to start looking at life differently, because of circumstances. We've had, even though those difficult times have been very difficult, the trauma, the pain, the circumstances that have broke us open, but a lot of times they make us look at life differently. And a lot of the time, I feel like sometimes that there are people that don't necessarily go through those things. These things that are happening now are what's going to break them open. Does that make sense? I'm trying to like.
Yes. You're saying they fall on hard times in order to kind of like now be accountable. Is that what you're saying?
Or like come into situations that make them question everything, because I feel like those
They
of
have
us
to
who
grieve.
had to do that. You get what I'm saying? Who have had to do that to continue. Like maybe you lost someone, or maybe you had a significant injury, or maybe like whatever like kind of shook you to your core,
Yeah, you have to grieve that identity.
Yes. Like you have to grieve the version of you that was before that, or even maybe it was a person, right? That is no longer with us. And you have to continue, but you like have to figure out, how do you do that? Right? Because the person that you were isn't that anymore. And I feel like that's kind of what happens, or what maybe happened with all of these external events, because people identified themselves, or have been identifying themselves so much with the way life is supposed to be, and like all these rules and all these like laws, like people really realizing right now, like, hey, they actually don't give a shit about our constitutional rights. For me personally, I always that's been a long time for me. I realized that they didn't necessarily care too much about our constitutional rights, whereas people are really realizing that right now.
Yeah,
Man, like, dang, they really don't care about human rights. Like, yeah, no, they haven't. That hasn't been a thing. But it's like people are really waking up because of these situations with with immigrants and ICE and all of these. It's just so many different situations, right? I could just think about all the things where they're challenging our human rights. And for me, that has always been something that's been stuck in the back of my mind, that these people don't care about that.
Yeah.
No, I mean, and Eli said that beforehand. It kind of became very clear to me when she was just like, it has to hit home in order for you to kind of like start to grieve that situation at hand. And more than likely, that's what it took, especially when it came to this Kirk situation. To be completely honest, we haven't seen an assassination in that form in a very long time on their end, but I've been seeing it for a very long time, Trayvon and all of these things. I've been seeing it for a very long time and hurting.
Malcolm X,
So
Medgar Evers, like the list goes on,
I
right?
mean, even the George Floyd being on the same day as George Floyd, like,
So y'all know that, we're from the same place. I know exact that block that he was literally. I used to go to that barbershop that he was killed in front of.
it's not okay. Like, this has been happening for a long time.
Who was that? Ellie, I'm sorry, I missed it.
No, not George Floyd, but the other one. I'm sorry, I was thinking about the guy on Staten Island. But this the same. It's the same thing. It's the same thing over and over.
Yeah, it is. It's unfortunate, and it's sad. You know what I'm saying? And while I have I didn't know who that person was before last week. I'm just being honest.
Either.
Yeah, you talking about me neither.
I never heard.
I thought I was the only one. I was like, am I living under a rock? I'm like, who is this guy?
And I'm not ignorant. I'm privy to wanting to learn more. I did not know who that guy was.
It is. They're like, but he was a political influencer, and I'll say it makes sense why I wouldn't even know. But yeah.
Yeah, same. I wouldn't know that. I wouldn't.
Like 17.
Yeah,
wait,
I wouldn't.
What?
Huh? I thought he was. I think he older than that.
No, he was like married.
Yeah.
No, I'm saying since 17, he's been like advocating for that for a very long time, and I think like some politician had found him on Twitter when he was like 17 or 18 and got behind him, gave him like $1 million to keep on pushing. So a lot of people were saying
that's interesting.
Was it about what his thoughts were, or was it just money driven at that point just because he had that engine behind him?
Yeah, that whole with that type of back information, that makes me think something else. But yeah, wow.
That's definitely changes the scope a lot. That's really interesting. Really, really interesting. Okay, gotcha.
Wow.
I didn't know who the guy was. I didn't. And
the world is a stage.
Yeah, I had no idea. And the world is a stage, a huge one, and I think these situations now, like the stuff between, it's unfortunate because we do have this president, right? But the more he does, I'm like, he's just confirming that the world is a stage. Like, he is like, I mean, it's like the stuff is
hilarious.
I know, like, it's like sad because, like, again, like, I laugh when I'm probably not supposed to. Hey, Nate, I'm doing well. How are you? I laugh when I probably shouldn't, but a lot of the things is funny, and because I don't take him serious, but I know that I should at the same time, you know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to be funny, but like, I should at the same time because it's absolutely ridiculous, but at the same time, it's like the man it's a lot. It's a lot. But
what is going on?
Yeah, a lot of the times it's like, what is actually happening? what's happening? Like, and then it's like the fact that people are taking him serious. I don't know. It's just a lot for me. But I just understand why we should at the same time because he, has access. You know what I'm saying? But
no, we need to question our thought making processes, our decision making processes. Because why? Like, okay, the first time, cool, but how y'all put him back in office, and he literally is a convicted felon.
And I think that's the thing too. Why it also brings back the world as a stage, right? Because we're talking about someone like you said, okay, convicted. You know, we have this going on. This is a convicted felon. Like
Yeah, I know convicted felons that can't get jobs at McDonald's, y'all. They can't flip burgers, but you can be the president of this country.
literally.
Talk about it.
Like, that's crazy.
Talk about it.
But that also wakes us up to the rules are what? Like, what are the rules? Like, what are we even talking
Don't apply. Yeah, what are the rules?
Oh, it's like, where's the accountability, people?
Yeah, like the things that people stand so hard on, you know what I mean? Like this is the Constitution. This is supposed to be. These are the rules. These are the laws. These da da da. None of that matters because they have been showed us. They've been showed us that none of that stuff matters. It's just now it is so egregiously clear.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas before it was a little, you know, it was more a little swindling, you know, we do this or it doesn't apply to this group of people or this other group of marginalized people, those rules don't apply. Like we know as people that are marginalized communities that those rules don't apply. Like, you know, like we knew we would fight for it because it's like this is what's supposed to be right. But for me, it's like
We've had it
it didn't apply. We had enough evidence to show that those rules don't apply to us. You know what I'm saying? Eric Garner, yes. Okay.
Yeah, that's who I was talking. Yeah, because when you were talking, like my mind goes somewhere else. I'm like, yeah, but there's so many examples of
There's so many examples
so many.
people of color. That the
And that's why I was when I was on Threads and stuff with the Kurt situation when they were like, oh, why are black people so like not empathetic or sympathetic to them? We're like, we've been talking about this for how long? We're not human. You went to, oh, he's a human being. He was a father. He was a husband. And all these other people that we're talking about were husbands, fathers, sons, daughters.
Young boys.
You know, like,
young
come on.
boys.
Young boy. Yeah, you talk about Trey. He was 17 years old.
Right.
A 17-year-old boy.
Exactly. And I think that's the thing, you know, I think that's the part too, is us in this situation. Like I said, I did not know who that person was before that situation happened. Had no, right? But then also knowing everything that we know and all the people that we can list and name that this something very similar happened to, whether they were political, you know, figures like Malcolm X or Martin Luther King or Medgar Evers, where they were political figures, right? We have experienced this level of hurt in our community, right? I think so. What we've taken in this stance, a lot of us are not able to have that compassion for this person because his views were so extremely different than ours, and because he was spewing hate, you know, a lot of hatred. From what I saw, I think us, and this is an opinion. I think our takeaway from that is not to necessarily blindly be like, oh yeah, have compassion. You know what I'm saying? Or like, that's so sorry. I'm so sorry that happened. Like, just like, you know, naturally. I think it's more of a realization that none of this is right. None of it is okay. Like, because, and I don't think that it should be because it happened to him. It's like, oh yeah, finally we all realize none of this is okay. That's not what I'm saying either. But I'm saying for us of those who realize that this is not okay already, like we know this and we've been screaming it.
Yeah.
We've been screaming it. This situation
so is where is the accountability?
Right.
Yeah.
This is also a situation where accountability, this is wrong. This has been happening though. This has been happening though. Right? This is not a first occurrence. This has been happening, and it's also not a first occurrence for me personally to believe that the people who are behind it is not who they say it is. That's just my opinion. The people who they say are behind these things and are the forefront are not the people that's behind it. Because let's think about it. If for what I have observed, the people that are behind these type of events and things, their end goal is to divide.
Yes.
Because anything divided cannot sustain any real progression. You can't get nowhere if you constantly argue.
Divide and conquer. Like we go back to the control conversation. That's what it's all about.
you can't get nowhere if people are constantly at odds because of things like skin color, right? And even though this is very important, I'm gonna stand with my, I'm a black woman. Like what? Like what?
Period.
At the same time, I am aware
Period.
that is something that they use to put us against one another.
Facts.
Period.
It's deeper. Yeah, it's deeper.
Period. Because if we can stay fighting about this, we don't have time to look at them.
Yes. Thank
Because
you.
what is really going on?
What is really,
Exactly.
exactly.
And
Because
that's
I
what they
don't
don't
really
want you
care about
asking.
none of this stuff.
That's the
And
part.
that's why
actually
they're mad
going
too.
on?
And that's why they're mad. And have you noticed, like before, a distraction would take like a couple weeks. They'll give you one major distraction, and people be distracted. What you just named happened all within like what 2 weeks?
Yeah.
Because they realize that people don't give a fuck.
Yep.
Like they're like, wait, they're not.
Because they
We gotta
keep
do something else. We gotta do something else.
Exactly. They're gonna keep throwing stuff. They're gonna keep throwing. What can we throw? What can we do? And it's unfortunate. You know what I'm saying? Because again, and then we ain't even talking about the fact that it was people that was put on a tree the last couple weeks as well.
And what the day after that happened to him, or the same day supposedly it happened out of. Come on, like.
See what I'm saying? So it's like
But also too, the weeks before that, they had put out an article about black women, 300,000 being laid off.
Yep.
And black women came on the internet and said, well, that means I got to pivot and start my own business. We don't care. We do not care.
And you know what? And that's the thing. It's like, that's the part. Like we say, okay, the distraction maybe from what they're doing, yes, but also the distraction from self.
Correct.
Yep.
Distraction from self to be able to get what you need to do done. You get what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, if if there is some type of ridiculous mass event, which I'm hoping it is not, right? I'm hoping it's not that at all. But
it's there.
If there is something, there still has to be something after the fact. And if you are feeling called, like I said, I made a post about it. It's like, if you're feeling called that you're supposed to be creating something or building something, you got to be focused and do it. And if you can't be focused because there's so much going over here, you can't be focused and tapped in with your own creativity to create what's next. You feel me? Like, because
that's why
the new world that's going to come after this crumbles, because it's crumbling. We're never going back to the way things were. It just is what it is. We're never going back, because none of it. You can't, want the toothpaste is out the tube. You can't stuff it back in. A lot of us are too awoke to even go back. A lot of people are too awake. I mean, just think about it. We on TikTok and people making thousands of dollars in 5 minutes playing a game.
Right.
You can't go back.
Right.
You see that. You can't necessarily just go back to clocking in for real.
No, you can't.
You can't.
You are preaching right now.
You might do that, but you might not do battles, right? But you still are here to where you like, wait a minute. Whoa.
Like, well, what am I doing with it? Yes.
We about to do what now? I gotta do what to make
That's why I said
watch somebody do it in 30 minutes on a live stream?
Hell no.
That's why I said that Rapture was financial. It was a bankruptcy thing. It was
I like your point of view. I like your point of view.
It was a cloak.
Yeah.
Because they might be like, listen, we off this mug. We actually got an RV in the back that we about to go.
Like we said, the Bible is up for interpretation, right? They've been interpreting the way. So like the rapture is not necessarily what people believe. Like, oh, you're just going to be disappearing and flying up into the air. Like you said, it could be happening. What's happening right now is the rapture. We're living in it.
I believe so.
Like we are living in the rapture, which is, basically the end of things as you know it.
That's
Doesn't
it.
mean it's the end of times. It's as you know it.
This is the end of the world as we know it to be. And it's happening on a personal level. Hey, Chesda, it's happening on a personal level and on a mass level. And it's happening because all of us are contributing to consciousness, right? So if it's happening individually, that's why my thing is go within, because whatever is inside is what is being projected out. And they know that so many people are going within that it's changing collective consciousness, which is why they are continuing to push the narrative of fear and destruction and war and separation, because they know a lot of people are still tuned in, but they know also a lot of people are tuned out.
Yeah.
Okay. So they gonna keep pushing everything they can. Every 5 seconds, it's a new thing, another piece of bullshit, another thing happening, another reason to be scared, afraid, and destructive, and separated, and racist, and big, all these things, all these other things they can create us, that they can put out on the media, right? Because what did they say? Who they say controlled the airways in Christianity? The devil controls the airways, right? It's like that, yeah, that energy, you know what I'm saying, controls the airways, the TVs, the mass media. Then they could portray these images, nobody thinking, they'll just eat it up like they used to. But now, a lot of us are thinking for ourselves. A lot of us are returning to our, we talking about healing, we talking about consciousness, we talking about, you know, just waking up and healing whatever traumas or whatever, right? A lot of people are doing that, especially Black women. And and for me personally, Black women, we've been leading the charge. Okay, we always have and always will, and especially Black women in America. Like what we do, what Black people in America do, the world does. Period. I'm just gonna put it out there. You know what I'm saying? What we do, the world does. They follow us. And so it's like if we heal, the world heals. That's just how I personally feel. Like if we heal, the world heals. And
Yeah, but if a collective of Black women are, and you're where you're at, Ellie's where she's at, I'm where I'm at, it's all about energy. It comes down to energy at this point. So it's more of, I think it's a vibrational control at this point.
Yes, I agree.
Mm-hmm.
I agree.
I agree too.
I agree for sure. And that's why it's so important to be aware, you know what I'm saying, of your vibration, be aware of how you contribute to it with your daily actions. Do something for yourself today. How you pour into yourself to be able to raise that vibration, because that low one, yeah, they're on timelines that are aligned with destruction and chaos. You feel me? Like,
yeah.
Versus like when you are individually rising and individually moving up the ladder, it's like you're not going to experience all of this in the same way.
Like what she was talking about, how she doesn't even, when you don't even, like, we are living on a different timeline. That's truly what I believe, because it's like, when I look, I'm like, are we living in two different worlds? Because I'm not feeling what you're feeling.
Nope.
At all.
Like, that's crazy.
And
at all.
I think the first time I really experienced that significantly was during the fires out here in LA.
Mm-hmm.
And how it's like the news was portraying it one way, and while, like, at the time, like, my boyfriend, he was working literally down the street from where the fire started, literally.
Oh.
Like, he had to leave work, right, so close to it, to a point where he can, like, basically see exactly where the smoke comes from. He tells me about it, and then we're like, I'm listening to him and what's going on. I'm looking at, where he is on FaceTime, and then I'm looking on the news. The portrayal on the news was end of days type of energy, right?
Oh my God, I'm sorry, I'm laughing, but
no, I know it's crazy because it was really unfortunate. It was really unfortunate, but they were spewing so much fear because of what was going on. And I'll be honest, I was watching the news because I'm like, I ain't from here. I don't know how these fires work. You know what I'm saying? What the fuck? Like, do I need to get myself and go? Like, I don't know how a mass fire. Like, no. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what do you even do? And at one point, the fires were literally surrounding us. Like, they were on the north, they was on the west, they was on the east, they was on every area. However, in that, I realized the reason why I'm going to get to the point about the two different worlds. I realized that what we actually experienced, me and him and everybody that I knew, was nothing. What we actually experienced in our reality where we were was nothing. However, there was a whole side of town that was burned to a crisp, and multiple places that was burnt to a crisp, and the news was reflecting that. However, in my reality, right, and ours, the people that I knew, we didn't experience any of that. It was a pretty sunshiny day in Los Angeles.
that's crazy.
It was nuts. it was just wild. And it's not to discredit anything that happened, because it happened. It happened. People lost a lot of things. Like, I'm not being like some people will be like, that never happened. It's like, what? That's crazy, right? But I mean, like, just the experiences of things happening, and of course we can't control. I can't control. I don't know what's gonna happen, right? But I like, and so there may be situations where we come up against, and there's some difficult, like, we may go through things as well. But what I'm saying is that experience really showed me what I was learning about, which was that there can be multiple realities happening at one time. That makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that makes sense.
Yeah, it was pretty trippy, but like, even like what's going on now, like everybody being in uproar about that particular killing, or I hate to say that. Oops, I don't know if I was supposed to say
Unaliving.
unaliving. It was unfortunate, but again, like, I had no clue of who that person even was until that happened, whereas millions of people know who they were. That is.
Mm-hmm.
Lets me know, like, it's like you could just be, yeah.
Yeah.
It's so many things, like, you don't know what's.
Yeah,
It
and
makes me think that you could just be a tool
yeah.
on this stage right now, because like I said, how they found him was on Twitter, and it was an engine behind him, a millionaire behind him, that was like, hey, I will get behind you. So to me, with Candace Owens being his best friend, and Candace
Yeah.
Owens also having to go through racial, because I think like some boys were like, when she was younger in high school. Yeah, did y'all hear about that? That she
Yeah,
had
yeah.
to sue the mayor's son
Yeah. That's
and
all like
won.
a ritual type of to be honest, what you're
Yeah.
describing to me, you know how in the industry in Hollywood they call that industry plants? That's what he sounds like to me.
Yes.
That's what he sounds like.
Because nobody knew who he was.
He had a
Everybody just
whole
like, who is
millionaire
this
back
guy?
and fund him and make him, this big political figure, and then he gets assassinated. Like, come on.
Because there is something else that they're hiding.
Yeah, like, come on. Like, nobody is that. I mean,
For
some
me,
people are,
because
but I ain't that dumb. I'm
I think
sorry.
it's
Like,
unfortunate. I think it's unfortunate. But I do think that some of these things make people have these conversations, right? Like, even if,
Well, it's time.
thank you for my daily heart, anybody, babe. I think the conversations, even just with the passing itself, it allows us to have these conversations. It allows people to be like, wait a minute, what's really going on? You know what I'm
It
saying?
allows them, because we've been having these conversations since Dr. Martin Luther King. Okay. And it just kept on becoming a triple, just a domino effect on us.
Yeah.
mm-hmm.
And
So
before,
it allows them to start being accountability for their efforts or not caring, because
right.
Mm-hmm.
now the shoe is on the other foot, where we don't know these people. And I don't think I want to research any further.
Oh, I know.
Why would I want to, learn more about a guy that was spewing hate? Like, I don't,
I know.
that's
Yeah,
just,
yeah, because that's always somebody's rebuttal. Oh, you didn't need to watch it in full. What?
what am I
Like,
looking at?
Thank you guys for all the
What are you
cues.
talking about?
like, come on, yeah,
It's like
and
a
that's
lot of the hate, I think, but uh I think that he did what he's supposed to do, which is wild. Like, it's an interesting, like what you said, being used as a tool. Like, people are tools and all that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I
Yes.
do think that
Absolutely.
when I try my make sense of it, I think about, like, the bigger picture. Like I'm saying, like, okay, you could. It still check, like, it's like that situation still checks, where you are on the gauge. Because for a minute I had to be like, for a minute, the first thing I heard, they play like they don't know. Right? They like to play, but they know exactly what he stood for. Exactly, we know what he stood for, right? And I guess for me, at first, I was just kind of like, I was apathetic because I didn't know who he was before any of this anyway. So it's just like,
Mhm.
you know, and of course, but I thought, you know, this is an unfortunate situation. But
Period.
then I also, period. You get what I'm saying? But then I also found out, okay, this is what he stood for and what he talked about and some of the nasty things that he said, and also that he stood for, unfortunately,
What? Yeah.
the rights to
But but was that his thoughts?
Exactly.
Was that his thoughts or the millionaire banking behind him?
Who know? Well, he chose. He still spewed him.
You don't know, but
He
he
was.
still
That was
talked
his
about it.
mouthpiece. Yeah. He
Yeah,
allowed.
he still was their mouthpiece. But you're right. I mean, we don't know who told him to say what.
Candace Owens is his best friend.
Yeah. Yeah. When
Yeah,
I seen that too, that's when I stopped. Look, I'm like, now this is weird. I'm like,
It's
no.
tricky. It gets tricky.
yeah.
I was like,
It's a lot. It's a lot of factors, and I'm also not really abreast on everything. So I don't want to take too much because I haven't done a lot of research. I just really was trying to do a baseline about who is this person because I don't know
Right.
at all.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, never knew he existed before this.
Right.
Oh,
Yeah. Emotions, but I do think that it's interesting because it's created such a large conversation, even though this person is someone that so many of us never knew existed. You feel me?
Correct.
And I do think you know, it's very unfortunate, and it does check our meter because I don't think it's okay for those things to happen in general.
To anybody.
To
And that's
anybody.
the point. And that's what we've been saying.
That's
We're
the
all
point.
human. Like, it's not just
period.
because he gets assassinated that now, oh my God, the
Yeah.
world is ending. It's been like this, been messed up, you
The
know?
world has been ending since we even discovered what slavery was.
Yeah,
Correct.
no, seriously.
I don't
That you would know.
I didn't see that much empathy then. So it's like,
Come
what's
on.
going on?
The empathy, you know, we again realize, you know, where the empathy for some lie is when it comes to their backyard, you know.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Because
Yeah.
when
It's
people
what
walk
you're
into
saying.
Walmart, how many times do you see pictures of all these missing teenagers and little girls and little boys, children being trafficked? There's no empathy there. There's no outrage there. You don't see nobody posting nothing, putting
Talk about
hashtags
it.
for that.
Talk
Yeah,
But you
about
want
it.
to, like, come
yeah.
on.
Or putting a lot of money behind
So
Come
it's too
on.
selective to me. You know, that it's just way too selective. Where as a group of people, for us, we kind of all have been sad collectively for a very long time. But to still kind of like these group of people have the advantage, they've had the advantage point to be selective and to also not acknowledge it and accountable for it. Damn.
yeah, no, for real. Yeah.
Back to
The
that word.
accountability, I think that,
Damn.
yeah, the accountability is crazy. You know, the lack of accountability, whether is really really crazy, and I think
And
maybe
it's their stage. That's what the problem is. It's their stage. We don't even control the stage. The people that are in that position, it's them.
yeah, yeah, I feel that. I feel that it's definitely a lack of accountability. And I think, and you know, and then look at the person who's in charge right now. You know, I think that you know, to be honest, I just think that he really represents America
Yeah.
to be 1,000%, like the shadow side. I mean, you get what I'm saying? Like the shadow of what America is the person that's in power. Like
For
what,
real.
and
Speak on it.
I think that that's really, like I think that that's really the issue is like, you know, that being accountable is like we don't like to look at ourselves, but that he is definitely America.
Yeah, and that's what they don't want to sit. They don't want to sit there and realize that they're like, yeah, that's he
This is
is.
what it looks like, out of control, never not checked, not accountable. This is what this looks like.
Yeah.
It, what we have at the forefront is an idiot, okay? An idiot with a lot of freaking power because of what they look like and the money that they come into, and how they believe that they don't have to be accountable and everything goes their way and they're right about everything.
And isn't he
We don't
being
know
literally
anything.
validated? That mindset is being validated because it's happening. I mean, again, he's a convicted felon. What are we teaching the future generation? So what is the point? What laws? Why do we even have this shit when it doesn't apply to everybody?
They don't.
When you have a certain amount of money or a certain amount of prestige, then it doesn't matter. The rules don't apply to you.
Exactly. And that's why I
But
feel
is
like,
this a thinking point now for them?
And that's why.
That's my thing.
No,
Yeah,
I'm saying like, what are we still doing? Like, where we're just, why are we still continuing this on?
right. And
Right.
that's why I feel like now we at a real pivotal time, which is why my thing is to get to telling people to create. Because if the rules don't fucking matter, then we create new
Yeah,
ones. And if
facts.
they got the power that they have, if they got the power, we got that too. The thing is, we just given it to them for so long, but now we got the ability to be like, wait a minute,
Call your power back. Yes.
wait a minute, because if this fool is up here doing X, Y, and Z, because let me tell you, this fool up here doing what they, if these, this is, I know, I don't know everything, and I'm not well versed in world affairs. I'm gonna be 1,000% honest, right?
Hmm.
If this is who's leading the free world, then what can me and mine do with the sense that we have, the heart that we have, the intelligence that we have, the capabilities that we have, the creativity that we have? We can build something too. And we
We
don't.
are though.
This is the thing about, people of color. We've been wanting to get approval from those that look like this because that means we belong. Where happens when we actually say, you know what, fuck y'all, I don't want to belong. Actually,
Yeah.
I'm gonna build something new. That's where we at for real. Like that's where
We
we
are
are.
there.
Like
Hmm.
and we have to take,
And that's the rapture.
and that is so happy.
And that is the
And
motherfucking
clock that.
rapture.
Hello.
Like, you know what? Actually, why do I want some idiots to approve of me? This is idiot. These are idiots. Period. The rules
We've always knew that.
we've always known it, and the rules that they say that we're supposed to follow, they don't follow. Why would I?
Exactly.
Why do I have to follow?
Exactly.
Why
Exactly.
do I have to follow them? But see, that's where people start getting those limits and beliefs. Oh, I don't have these resources, whatever the case.
Yeah, lack and fear, and that's why they keep feeding off of fear. Like
And
what
that's
I
why they
think
keep
Heinz said in the
feeding.
comments, people feed off of hate makes them bold. Yeah, and fear too, fear and hate, the
Yeah,
easiest low vibrational feelings. Like that's the easiest way to get to people. Fear, hate.
yeah. And lack, and just feeling
Yep.
like, okay, we can't do. Do you know how many things we can do without this? To be honest, like there's a lot we can do because all of us have value resources in different ways. We may not all have a whole billions of dollars behind us like this, right? But it's like when we pull away from that system in itself, like I'm not saying I don't want no money or whatever the case may be, but I'm just saying like how can we pull, and these are just the discussions I feel like need to be had. It's like how can we pull away from that system more and pour into the smaller systems? Because at this point, that's what we all have to do because they're trying to do so much anyway. Like even with
Well, we are though. And I have to give credit to TikTok too as a platform because we have been able to make small businesses overnight, especially black small businesses overnight, become so successful. We've seen it with the Keith Lee effect and things of that nature, but not even only Keith Lee's influence, us reposting. We have been able to help people. I've seen women talk about they're going to be homeless.
yep,
We are becoming our own systems in that way.
yep,
Yeah.
I agree, and I think
We
that
are finding our own answers.
yep, I
Yeah.
think that has to continue. I think it will. I think it is because like even and I think it is going to cross across this. Like it's gonna cross across this because people are just realizing, we the waking up has no color. You feel me? Like people realizing
Yeah.
this is wait a minute, this is awesome BS, and we need to work together in a different way. And I think that is happening. I think that it's getting a little crazy before it gets better. To be honest, I think it's getting a little weirder, and it's gonna, it's gonna get weirder.
For them, chill for us. This is
Now
a
y'all need
regular day.
now y'all need to do your own research too. But I just found out yesterday that guess what? This app has been bought by the U.S. They
Yeah,
sold it to the U.S.
the Oracle.
So I don't, so I don't really know what that's fully. I gotta do my own research, but yeah, I don't know how that impacts us as creators. But yeah, we definitely, yeah, it was sold. U.S. got it.
I mean, there's still other apps being made. We got Substack next. I think I started to see a couple people The thing is, we are going to always pivot. That's one thing about us.
Facts.
We pivot and move on. We are the ones that flip the switch. Actually, I don't want to subscribe to this anymore. Let's keep it going. And we will collectively move if there is money behind it. We love money.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I
Well,
don't even see that as a factor.
I
Mhm.
1000% agree. I know that we definitely are able to pivot and we can choose, what we subscribe to and where we put our dollars at, where we put our attention. But really, it's really the attention. Like what do we put our time into? What do we put our attention towards? Because yeah, this app has gotten a lot of us connected, but there's other apps, there's other ways for us to be connected and make
Yeah.
money. And what TikTok shop like for instance, like I know TikTok shop and the way this live selling and stuff, this is the future. Okay, this is the future
Yeah.
of
Yeah.
e-commerce. I know that to be a fact. However, if they did it and built it, it's another way for it to be built, and you know what I'm saying. Like it's another way for these things to be built and done because the live selling is the future. Like we coming out the stores with the selling to the
Yeah,
stores.
no, I wasn't saying that as a doom and gloom. I was saying that actually as a like what she said. TikTok actually paid everything that we learned from here. We just take this and we can keep replicating it and keep doing it. That's the point. Like, yeah, like you said, this is the future. So like, it's
Yep.
valuable things that we've learned, and even if we can't do it on this platform anymore, you can do it somewhere else. You
Imagine
know?
a creator of ours to build a platform like TikTok.
Right.
They'll give us incentive. Are you kidding me? I'm out of here.
Right.
I am out of here. And don't think that our minds aren't brilliant. We've created a lot.
Lot.
Oh yeah. Oh
Yeah, we
yeah.
just need the finances to back it.
Yeah.
100%.
And I would even be like, even being with people of Asian descent, making something like this, like I would be with us joining forces because they in the future over there. They
Oh, super.
in the future. They
Out of here.
ahead of us.
Yeah.
They're in space.
No, literally,
Right, right.
Literally.
Literally.
literally,
Yeah.
literally. And I think that right there, partner up. You know what I'm saying? Because black minds and Asian minds, yeah, that's
Force to
unstoppable.
be reckoned with, yeah.
It's
I
unstoppable.
think TikTok has taught us one thing, and if it's anything, it's just what community looks like after coming out of that funk of 2020 and us having to really, for the people that woke up and had their own rapture moment at that time frame, it was like we were like, let me figure this out by myself. Then I got on TikTok and I realized that I was not the only person that experienced that,
Yeah,
and there were a whole collective of people that was affected by 2020. So TikTok did show us what community looks like, and it's just another rapture moment going on right now. We are grounded because we've already ingested what that felt like, whether it was psychosis or out of mind experience, whatever it was that we went through in 2020 was something that kind of just like was like, okay, I have to make a choice for myself, for my life. And that's kind of just like what I'm seeing right now with the rapture. So I do have empathy towards that because I've been through something like that. But then it kind of just taught me I need to be accountable for my life. Like nobody else cares but me. I have to be accountable.
Facts.
This being, the soul, this vessel to carry on whatever mission I have. That was me. Like I had to own up for that. So where do you begin with that? Like that's what I'm saying. Stop using these people, this anything as a clutch. I'm sick of it.
Yeah.
I 1000% agree. Definitely taking accountability for self. Um, excuse me, and I think that since 2020, for me, it was kind of like when I started really diving into learning more about myself was like 2018. And
Mm-hmm.
then when 2020 came, I felt more like, oh, wow, like it was just another level. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And,
Yep.
and it's been getting deeper and deeper since then, child. Lord.
Oh, listen. Okay.
It's been getting deeper and deeper since then. I've been like, I've gone on psilocybin journeys and all type of stuff and just had like these different awakening experiences But I've been having different awakening, not even doing nothing like that too. Like, just like a random
Yep.
thing, and I'm like, whoa.
Yeah.
Well, I see something completely different. Just learn something, just to learn something. So just learn more about myself and how I could be accountable, but also how we're being prepared, y'all. Those of us who are here and kind of already thinking like this, like we're being prepared for leadership outside in one way or another. Not the way
I
that,
was just gonna say that. Millennials specifically.
yeah. And
Yeah.
we came in this time frame, and that's in our birth charts anyway. Our Pluto is in like Scorpio, so we came to unearth all of the shadowy
Yep.
shit
Wow.
Yep.
on Earth. It's in all of our birth charts.
We
That's
have to rip it off. Yep.
yeah. I was talking about I'm practicing ninja skills. I'm doing that.
What?
But see, that's the thing too. Like I'm like,
He said his ninja skills daily.
I think that that's the thing too. It can be that if we choose, or it don't have to be that. Like that's how I feel. Like if collective consciousness chooses, like, yeah, you know what, we're about to go to war. That's what it's gonna be. But if collective consciousness doesn't choose that, then that's not what it will be.
Yes.
I don't feel like that because I feel like enough of us are realizing that this is ridiculous all over the world.
And that's what we're fighting. I truly believe that's what we're fighting right now, is to keep uplifting the collective consciousness so we don't end up. You know what I mean? I feel like that's what it is.
I think that we're forced into this war anyway, so it's not like we have a choice. I think we had, like, if that's what is in our birth chart, this is actually what we were here for anyways. We don't really have a choice on whether we want to sit down or not. It's like, get your ass up, and even if you want to, yeah, like, grab a stick. Even if you just want to stand there, get your ass up.
Right.
Get up.
No, I feel
There
you.
is no choice in this.
Because we have to, like, for a lot of us, it's like going against the grain, like.
Yeah, it depends on when you use the word war. That's what. Yeah, but I get what you mean.
Yeah, like a lot of us is going against the grain and being like, yeah, we're not doing X, Y, and Z. Like being disruptors. Yes, like
Yeah.
Yep.
you have to look at you when you decide, yeah, I'm not doing 40 years at a company. You know what I'm saying? Clocking in because that's what you're supposed to do. Like, why?
Why? Yeah.
That question, and it's like the audacity of us to ask why. The audacity
I
of
know.
what actually I don't want to work like that. Not like that. That don't get not. Ain't nobody saying I don't want to work, but I don't want to do that.
And retire at 60.
No.
That's not even a retirement. What are they talking about? Retirement is like 70 plus. They're talking about if millennials won't even be able to retire. And we technically won't even see Social Security that we pay into.
We won't. That's gonna be done.
So what are you working a 9 to 5 for? What job, quote unquote, security, what pension, what 401k? You got none of that. What are you doing? You're just being a cog in a wheel.
Literally. And people
You're
not
not
up to like, and then also too, even that, but just also even before that, right? The aspiring to work for the things that we've been taught that we should work for, right? Okay, get a house, get a car, get a, I don't know, whatever, like whatever other things, right? People are also being like, why? Like, I actually don't want to be stuck in a 30-year mortgage. I actually don't want to have a car note. What if I just live on a bus? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
people are deciding with their own free will.
Girl, you speaking to me because I've seen some really nice souped up RVs. I was like, I'm a rich girl. I'm like, come on.
So is the fight now? So is the fight now to live now and not for heaven?
Yeah, because heaven is on earth, or it could
Thank
be.
you. Heaven and hell both are here. Are both here.
I just need them to be clear. Them people in the raptures. Listen. I'm not against it.
You said them people in the rapture.
I'm talking about those people that's caught up in the raptures. Hey, are you gonna live now?
Okay. Yeah, right. I was like, okay, Anita.
There we go. She was on to something years ago. That's what I'm talking about. We've been on it. We've been experiencing this. I'm telling you.
Time said these corporate jobs play with people's time
He said that
anyway,
in
lay people off before
1970.
retirement to keep people from getting their full retirement.
They do.
Exactly. Yes.
I've seen it happen. They take people's pensions back. They be acting like they're
Yes.
not getting what they worked all that years for. I'll be damned.
What?
Come on. Come on.
Yeah. That's why them people, they should be ready to. Never mind. I ain't. They should be.
That's why us as millennials, get your ass up. Even
Yeah.
if you don't got, even if you only got a big mouth, because that's probably what the only thing I would be doing in the fight. Hey, I got the loudest voice here. I'm a do something. I can't fight. I can't do nothing else. But I know my strengths with my voice.
On the screen. Yeah, you could command some people. You could, lead the charge.
Something.
Yo, that check is wild, y'all. I'm sorry. This has been such a great conversation, y'all. We have gone deep. We have had laughs,
Roller coasters.
and we learned, drop some nuggets and some gems. I hope people, as they were able to come in and out, was able to take something away from this for sure, from this conversation.
Yeah.
I think these conversations have to happen more, or just continue, because I feel like they're happening. But just continue, and those of us who feel called to build something or make something or create something, do that shit. I don't care. Let go of the whatever limitations, because we in a time right now where it's come on, man, you gotta know if you feel like somebody you supposed to build something to help people, and that's what you're here to do. It's gonna come to pass. It's
Yeah.
people need help. People need help, damn it, shit. And if you want to feel like you're supposed to be helping them, you gotta know that you're supposed to do it. That is,
This is fact. It's facts.
These people is out here
Facts.
losing it. Okay, people are losing it day by day. They're losing their marbles, as we can see as we had this conversation with the caught up in the rapture of love. We having this conversation. People is losing it, right? And I'm being funny, but I'm for real at the same time, because
What about a rapture of love of God? Wow. Damn.
I'm crying.
Damn.
all I can say is that,
We gotta love ourselves, man. We do.
no, you say it's a
Right.
gift, available. Am I not being able to get some? Y'all not able to gift me? What happened? No, I don't know what's going on, silly millionaire. I'm
Oh,
sorry.
it does say the gift is not available. Why does it say that? Because it is in the
What?
gift gallery. It says the gift is not available.
Oh, what is that? In my gift
The-
gallery?
No, the one you have set up for your goal is not available.
Oh, that's weird. Okay, let me see. It doesn't say that for me. I'm about to change it. I ain't know.
Yeah, it's not available.
That's weird. Because I've seen that gift in the gift gallery, so that's weird.
Thank you for my daily harmony. Whoever sent my daily harmony can see. Oh, Tatiana, you been here. Thank you so much. Okay, let's see. The hand with the rose. Let's see. Is the caterpillar available? Because I don't know. I just put that back up there. It didn't even show me. It didn't even say that. On my end, it said that it was available. That's so weird. But yeah, I think that as we continue, you know what I'm saying, to have these conversations, and if you feel called to help, I know people are I want to have a healing center, or I don't know, a salon, or I want to build a business that does this or whatever. A lot of people, especially people that are oh, I want to build a yoga practice, things like that. People need it now, and they're really gonna need it, because all the people that BS. All the people that think that it's BS, or you're meditating, and they
They're gonna need it. They're gonna need it the most.
they're gonna lose their marbles.
To ground mamas.
Exactly. They don't realize how important these things are to being in touch with self and grounding themselves into the earth and with our creator. They don't realize how important it is, because they've been distracted by all of the things, or just looking outside themselves, watching TV constantly, or paying attention to all that stuff. And when they realize that all that stuff is driving them nuts,
Yeah.
they're going to be looking for some other alternative, right?
Yeah.
Those are the alternatives. When they realize, as they're realizing that, oh, modern medicine actually makes us sicker. Oh, when it finally clicks, When it finally clicks, they're gonna go to something else and they're gonna need those practitioners. So if you feel like that's you and you need to be doing those things, you need to be doing it, and you just need to stay out of the way of the other and be building what's you need to be building what's next.
Yeah, I'm
Whatever.
gonna start my nonprofit today.
Hey.
Yes, let's go. Wait. Get your
No
affairs
excuses.
in order and know and that it's already like whatever you need, whether it's the funding, you don't know how you're going to do it because you don't know about how you're going to pay for it. That ain't your business right now. Okay. That's not your business right now. If it was your business, you would have it. But all you need to know is that whatever it is needs to be created. Right. Like,
Yeah.
take the first step, take the first thing, take those things. I'm telling y'all because when I tell y'all, if you really speak and you believe these things to be like this is what it is, and you know what's happening out here, why wouldn't God make it so that you could do these things?
Exactly.
Why wouldn't you? You know what I'm saying? Why wouldn't these things come to fruition? Right? And you just never know who it can come from. Just be open to be open to.
And that's the love of God, essentially.
Right.
I think that's what we're trying to get at. I think that's what the love of God really is the fact that he will make it happen. Why wouldn't he make it happen?
Why wouldn't it come to pass? Right?
Man, I'm gonna get it done.
And it's good for the people, why wouldn't it come together? You know? Like, don't let the fear of what you see in front of you, take you away from what you know that's here or in him.
Yeah.
That doesn't matter. The work, or it has to work. Right. Like, for real. And it may not come together in the way maybe you like, oh, it's gonna be this, and this, and maybe it's that, right? Maybe it's not like
it has to work,
but it has to work. It's divine, and that's kind of right now. And I am telling y'all, just from my experience over the last week in that arena, and things kind of magically coming together a little bit. I'm like, oh, okay, you get what I'm saying? I'm like, all right. Okay, I'm walking with a different level of this is gonna work. You get what I'm saying?
Hines. He said he's just waiting.
What'd he say?
He said he's waiting for God to drop the winning lottery ticket in his hands and account.
That part.
It has to work though.
It does.
No, that is such a mantra. Thank you, silly millionaire.
Yes, we love that. And when you
I'm not gonna die in no burning hell now. Because it has to work. Whatever I'm doing.
Oh, silly millionaire said I'm big on manifesting, lost it all, and as soon as I shifted my mindset, y'all, I am really when I tell y'all, I'm really digging into this subconscious mind, and I'm still working. I it's a work, but I'm really feeling like I'm so close. I feel like I'm so close, y'all. So just know when y'all see it pop off, I done figured it out. I done figured this shit out.
You know what? I'm so Speaking close. On this, did you guys ever come across that lady or that man that decided one day he was gonna buy a cake and smash his face into it?
No, but I want to see that. Please send it to me. Please.
Okay, but I just want to piggyback off of that because what he did was what they had said was that was a jumping of his timelines. Yes. And it goes back to that movie that we was watching where the lady had to do some freaky things to jump into a different timeline. It's you have to do the most uncomfortable. You have to do the most uncomfortable in order to get the unimaginable. I'm like, oh.
Yeah. Because you have to do the things that are outside of your normal script. Your normal say this is your you got to do something completely different to get in another timeline. So for instance, right, I remember one day I was I'll say I've been at home, right, because I was working remotely, and then I lost the job that I had, so I just I've been at home for the most part doing content or whatever. I was I need to get out the house. I have no idea where I'm going, but I know I need to go some damn where. But I have been saying to myself, I want to be in places where wealth is the normal, where it's there are more people around me that have a significantly more amount of money than me. I want to be in spaces where there is a significant difference in financial situation because I want to place myself in those spaces. That's where I want to be. That's where I am going. So I want to place myself there. But I'm gonna find something to do, right? I had just said that randomly. I'm gonna find something to do. I go online. I go online just to see what's happening. I'm in Long Beach just to see like, oh, is there any activities happening today? Randomly come across this car show. I'm like, damn, I ain't never been to no car show, right? I like cars, but I've never been to a car show.
Yeah.
Y'all, I was like, all right, I'm about to just hop on this little bus. It was like 5-minute bus ride down the street, right? Hop on the bus. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna get on, go to this place. I meet this lady on the bus. I turn around. I get out. I was on the phone with my cousin. I turn around. I'm from Detroit. She has on a Motor City Detroit shirt on. I talk to her and I'm like, are you from Detroit? She's like, no, but my best friend was. She's gonna come with me. So I was like, I'm just gonna wear this shirt because I'm going to the car show. Blah blah blah. So we get off the bus. Nice old lady. She's like 60 something, probably in her 60s. She's a white lady. She's nice. So I'm like, okay, we talking. She's like, did you come here by yourself? I'm like, yeah, I just decided to I was like, I'm gonna do something different today. Y'all kid y'all not, this lady started talking to me. She's talking about her dad owning like 40 Jaguars. Her husband.
There it goes.
All these things. Her husband used to own all these things. I'm sitting here, I'm talking to all these people. I'm going down I'm going here into, thank you for the little caterpillar and the butterfly. That was adorable. I loved it. Thank you.
Wow. Talk about transformation.
Right? He didn't even know what it was. So I go and I'm talking to the people about their cars and all this type of stuff. And I'm realizing like, dang, these cars are worth a lot of money. They done put so much money into the cars. They remake them. They buy it, all this stuff. Like they literally soup up these cars and redo them. You know, if you've been to a car show.
Yes, no joke.
It's no joke. And it's a lot of money involved. And these people do this. A lot of these people do this stuff for fun. A lot of people do it.
Yep.
And they are, this is a hobby. They use cars as this is a toy.
Playing ground, yeah.
Toy, right? And so I'm like, damn, I just said I wanted to be somewhere like this, where it's just like, this is what people do. Here I am talking to these people. I talked to this guy. This guy comes up to me, y'all. White guy comes up to me because I had on these glasses and started talking about everything that I had been talking about during the week. And I'm telling you, I didn't say a word. Like I'm just listening to him. He talking about getting into your own reality. He talking about manifesting. He talking about healing traumas. White guy now, y'all. This is not people that I would normally talk to. And the reason why I'm saying
they're aware,
because this was a complete flip in something that I never would have did before. I would have just been out there, not only by myself, but to somewhere I don't know where the hell I'm going and who I'm going to talk to. Like I just didn't normally do anything like that, right? I'm telling y'all, it don't have to be. It can be. Maybe you do go slap a pie in your face, right? But it could literally be
crazy.
You know what? I'm just about to go to this random ass place, and I'm gonna just see what happens. Thank you for my cowboy hat.
Like those type of stories are so moving. It really is. It just gives me so much goosebumps, and it makes me so excited because it's like, oh my gosh,
y'all never know who you can bump into. Thing happened to me over this last week. To another event, I randomly found this lady on Facebook. Y'all do not know where these people are. That's why I'm saying, like, get out of your mind about what it has to look like and who the person has to look like to help you.
Wow.
You don't know.
You hear that?
You don't know.
I hear
you hear that?
Yes, you speak. The universe is speaking through you right now. Keep going.
You don't know who
you are spitting.
I'm telling you, get over it. Get out of your head about them having to look like this. And this is not saying you can't work with people that look like this. Please do. But what I am saying is that get out of your head about how God can use people. I went to dinner with a girl this week, earlier this week. She literally was saying what's going on in her life was exactly some shit that's going on in my life. I'm talking about the exact same thing. I never met this girl before Sunday. What are you talking about? What? How can you explain how I'm feeling so eloquently just by talking about your own story? What are you talking about? I didn't know nobody that knew exactly how I felt. And I'm talking about met this girl randomly and loved her energy and was like, she invited me out to go eat dinner the next day. And this girl talking about some shit she going through that's the exact same thing. Huh? You can't make
someone. If someone makes eye contact with me, I strike it up instantly. That's funny.
I'm
That's
telling
cute.
you, like, you never know, but you can feel. You just gotta honor yourself and how you feel. You know what I'm saying? Around where you go or where or the people that you meet, because you gonna
I
feel.
love it.
You're gonna be like, no, no. Trust that and lead them people there, okay? But the people
Love
where
it.
it's like, oh, this thing's a little exciting. Let's see. Let's get to know this person a little bit more. You never know how they gonna help you or what they blessed with, and we don't know. We say that the what like the meek shall inherit the earth, right? That's where we're at right now. That's the time that it is right now. Is like, you get what I'm saying? You know, I will tell you business because how you gonna know what you can help me with? Now that's the listen. You know what? That's the one.
That's so
ego.
tea.
Get out your
That
ego.
is so tea.
Get out your ego about what you're going through, y'all. I kid you not.
Yes.
Your ego about what
We
you're
be
going
shackled
through.
to shame. We are shackled to shame.
Like, oh my God, I lost my job. I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to tell nobody I'm kind of broke right now. I'm over here. At least I'm talking to these people. I lost my job last month. I need to figure out what's going on. You know, I'm in between. I'm
But
doing
you know, the palm people they will tell you everything.
Yeah, you're right.
They will
You're
tell
right.
you everything. They will tell you everything because when I tell you that has literally been what's happening to me as I get out in these spaces. These people are telling me everything. I met a dude that was literally on his bottom dollar last year. Y'all, this man made $70,000 in the last 2 months. Do you think I'm not trying to? You think
What?
can't tell me how you got out of that? You get what I'm saying? You can't be in your shame, and your testimony is part of someone else's destiny. You feel me? Because
Yeah.
we need to hear that you made it through these difficult times and these difficult moments. We need to know it. And how did you do it? And I'm telling you, that's been me. I've been on this journey of this manifestation so much. But it's like, and I'll be manifesting things, or I'll go through these difficult times, and I feel I had to deal and grapple with whatever shame or whatever feelings of inadequacies that come up, right? When something doesn't work out the way that I want to, even though it was manifested, right? Or if something switches, I have to keep dealing with that because I have to realize, like, that part of your story may be exactly what sets you up for the blessing. Exactly. You know, that silly millionaire said, I'm not ashamed. Having worked since February, I started living my manifestation. Listen, because
It started like that for me too.
yeah,
Honestly.
right. I know we've talked about it too, about the whole unemployment thing and how like crazy it's been, right? But it's like,
You know my story, Cosmic.
yep, I know. We all sitting up here, listen.
I got laid off twice
Corporate.
this year, y'all. I've been forced to be an entrepreneur. I got laid off in the
Forced.
beginning of the year, and I got laid off in July, just recently. So
Silly millionaire, I get you. 1 week you could be making 500.
yeah, facts.
I hear you.
And I'm grateful for anything actually.
Yep.
It's crazy because when the money coming fast, I'm like, well, I'm spending it.
Yeah.
Now that it came, it was to a point where like everything kind of halted. I'm like, well, I do, you know, I'm grateful for the 50, I'm grateful for the 20 and the 10 and the 5 and the even 1 cent. Like it even got me down to even looking at angel numbers on the receipt, like, oh, 141. How about that?
Yeah.
444. How about that? Grateful for the little coins.
Yesterday, no, for real. Yesterday, my
Adds up.
coffee in the morning, I got 2 shots of espresso. It was 10-10, y'all. It was 10-10. I said, remember, come on.
Look at the angels doing their work.
It's doing it.
Period. I'll take it.
Y'all, don't be ashamed. Don't be ashamed of where you
Let's
at.
go, silly millionaire. I love your name too.
And don't be ashamed because y'all got to think about it too. It is good people with a lot of resources, right? We've been conditioned to believe like, oh, people don't be wanting to help. Da da da. It be like, cause come on, think about it. If you was in that position and somebody was like, yeah, I just lost my job, I'm really trying to figure out what's next, and you had the ability to help them, you would.
Yeah.
You would. So you gotta believe that you are gonna meet you outside. You feel me? Thank you so much for that. Thank you for the calendar. You gotta believe that you gonna meet you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you're gonna meet you on the other side. You're gonna meet you on that other side. That's gonna help.
But you know what?
Yes.
when you're meeting these people and it's like golden nugget, it's like little wings from God. In a sense, though, I just feel like it's just you in a different format telling you what to do to move forward.
Yes.
Yes. But it
Yes.
just clicked when you just said that, Cosmo. It just clicked like facts. Like you basically not losing your faith in humanity is not losing your faith in yourself. It still goes back
Yeah,
to self.
it's a mirror
So you,
of you.
it's a mirror of you. So whatever you believe about somebody else is what you truly believe about you.
It's
So
just
like
you.
it's just you.
It's just you. That's the thing. We in these realities, we playing off each other because we're just versions of you. We're just each other. Like at the end of the day, so it's like the goodness in you. You are going to be able to find that in the world because it exists because
Yes.
you exist.
Yes.
But also those shadow parts, right?
Yep.
If you consistently think that nobody ever wants to help me, nobody wants me, I'm alone, da 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 da,
Yep.
da, you
Then
will
that's what.
find that.
But we
Yep.
all need those mirrors for whatever we're trying to resolve. We need every single mirror because
Yeah.
You do.
what at 2020 I was mad at the world and I experienced some horrible people around me too. I had to go through life now from 2020 now having to put more trust back into society, meaning put more trust back into myself.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Essentially, that's absolutely what it is. And it's real because it's really real. Like you gotta trust that it's good people out there because you're a good person, right? And
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
can see all the negativity and all the things, the hateful things that people do, but that's not a reflection of what all there is. You know what I mean?
Yes.
And like even the thoughts of like being judgmental or putting yourself down because maybe you lost a job or you unemployed right now or whatever. You think you're the only person unemployed? We know we're not the only people unemployed, right?
Of course not.
People that's trying to figure out what they're doing. We know that we're not the only people that might be wanting to start a business or are starting a business or starting a content create, whatever the thing. It's it's so many people going through the same things or that have been through the same thing. The more that I'm getting older, I realize like I said, the dude that I met, it's like he was talking about leaving a narcissistic relationship and pretty much losing everything and having to like start from scratch. And him being
Yeah.
with his back against the wall is what allowed him to create his insurance business and like go into insurance sales, and that's what brought him a lot of this financial abundance. And it's like if it wasn't for that moment, he wouldn't be where he is right now. You get what I'm
For
saying?
sure.
So it's like for us, it's like, okay, if we're in a moment, a season of what may seem dark or like confusing or moments of where we have to trust, right? It's like we gotta trust that there's another side to that. We have to know that there's another side to that so we can keep moving towards the other side. If you think that this is all there is, you're gonna stay there.
So is that the rapture?
Man, listen. Could be.
I'm telling you.
Could be.
For real.
Because it definitely is some rapture.
It's all of it. It's all of it.
Oh, silly millionaire. I'm 33. My 20s were brutal. Lost my dad at 19.
Wow.
That's a
Sorry
lot.
for your loss. Yeah.
I'm
That's a
so
lot.
sorry.
It is. I really am, and my heart goes out to you. I definitely understand, and being out here as will without parents here, it's more than a notion, and it cracks you open in a different way. It cracks you open in a different way.
Survival.
Right, like you're faced with your own survival. You faced with your own ability to like who can you really go to, especially if you had that relationship with your parents where you could go to them and lean on them to a degree. It's like you realize that you have to lean on self
Yes.
more than most. You know what I mean?
Trusting yourself so much.
Yeah, and trusting yourself. It's crazy how a lot of people's success comes from leaving crazy relationships then flourishing. Yeah.
Yeah.
But
It
that
hap-
is the pie in the face moment.
I really want to see that video though about the pie in the face. I do want to see
I
that.
gotta find it. It was just like it happened like weeks ago.
Outside of what you normally would do. And it don't have to be
Yeah.
bashing yourself with a pie, but it could definitely be like, but I'm just saying though, like essentially that, like that's funny because it's really like that movie, it's like that's the type of stuff they was doing.
Mhm.
But it's just showing us the it's like inserting the glitch in the program.
Yep.
You have to be your own glitch at times.
Yeah, you got to be your own glitch in your own programming.
Yep.
Yes, I'm getting ready to leave my partner because my glow up angers him. I don't know.
Mm.
The glow up.
Well, if that's the flip, then gotta flip.
There we
Yeah.
go. There we go.
Because like it all comes down to accountability.
Yeah,
Hmm.
yeah. It's a lot. It's a lot.
Which?
The partners and the being in the relationships, and sometimes I also think too, as I've grown and I've been in divorce and stuff and been in partnership, it's like I realize like partners are, to me, what I've seen is that partners can be a lot of mirror situation, um,
Mm-hmm.
but also a lot of like learning about what you need to learn and then moving forward from it. You know what I'm saying? Like learning your learning your wonderful qualities that you deserve to be valued and loved and appreciated for it, and then also learning some of your shadow things that maybe you could work on a little better to make yourself better, or make your next relationship, if you choose to be in another relationship, make that better as well. You know?
Mm-hmm.
I'm excited to see what's next.
Yeah, yeah. And I know, like most of the time, women like when we get out of a relationship, it's inevitable. The glow up is inevitable.
Crazy.
It's actually something.
Crazy. They become presidents overnight. Billboards. It's insane. When
Because
the
we be
woman
taking all
finds
that energy,
herself.
yeah, we be taking all that energy and pouring it back into ourselves, which doesn't
Transmuting.
Okay.
for us to do a lot of the times when we in these relationships,
Because we're pouring
especially
so much into the relationship and not ourselves.
pouring
Mm-hmm.
so much into the relationship, and then especially when it doesn't feel like that to the other person.
Yep.
It's like, okay, let me show you how much energy I really got
Hmm.
for real, and how much energy I was pouring into you and
Yeah.
putting back into myself. It's gonna the glow up becomes inevitable. And then also too, we use a lot of times we use that pain and alchemize it into like going to the gym and shit. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Use it into doing those things. We take that hurt and alchemize it a lot of the time.
Yeah.
We don't even really realize that. It's also because we carry a lot of loads a lot of the time, especially us Black women carry a lot of the load, and mentally and emotionally a lot of the times in relation. And so we take a lot of that, and we like afterwards it's like, I'm pouring that into myself.
Yeah.
The glow up is crazy. Thank you guys so much for all the gifts. Thank you so much. I appreciate you loving on me today. No, we have been on this live for almost 3 hours. Which is
Really?
Look at you.
It really was great to like cover all those topics and us kind of just like move through it with our own thoughts. I think that's what I love about it is we don't have to be on the same page with everything, but it's so good to always just like even learn because I didn't even know what this rapture thing was. I don't know who Kirk was. Like I didn't know a lot to
Yeah,
even bring to this conversation, but I learned so much.
yeah.
Um
And you brought
and
so much to the
the
conversation too. So
Yeah. Yeah. Don't even say you don't know a lot because you know.
you know a lot. That's the
Yeah.
part. But that's the whole thing, right? We know a lot, but we realize we don't know a lot.
Nothing. Yeah. As
It's
we
like you
get
know a
older,
lot, but you don't
you
know
don't know
nothing at all.
nothing.
Because what is
Yes.
going on actually behind
Yeah.
all of this?
Yeah, that's it right
No.
there. It's like you realize you know a whole bunch of stuff, but you do not know nothing.
No,
There's
nothing.
something
Bad.
else going on.
I know. It's like, and that also happens too when you go sit in other rooms. Like you go sit in rooms where it's like like you quiet because you like, I don't know what the fuck they talk about.
There's some shit going on.
It can be a good thing though, because then you give yourself more opportunities to learn, and it's not a
Yeah.
you don't keep it. As long as you don't get in your ego about it, you good.
Yeah.
Just sit there like, let me shut up though. I love being in rooms like that because I be like shutting up. Like that man start talking to me about insurance and all these different programs and all that stuff. I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about, but I'm listening.
But I'm listening.
Yeah. I'm inquisitive. I'm
Sounds
always ready to learn.
Yeah, like it sounds interesting. I would like to know more, but I don't know. I can't have. I'm just Liz. I don't know. So, but I will be learning more. So that's why I'm like, yeah, no. Let me know so I can learn some more, especially about money. You feel me?
Right.
Hello. Hello. So
That I do
yeah,
love.
I think I'm gonna cap it out. Get it on out of here since it's about 8 o'clock my time. I know it's getting a little later y'all time. I'm super, super grateful for you ladies coming up and chatting with me today. Yay!
That's awesome.
Thank you guys so much. I feel like we held a pretty steady room today. Like it's been a good, good
Yeah.
little people coming in and out. I'll be here, I'll be live again 5 a.m. on Sunday, but we'll be back to having these type of like conversation. Like, we're gonna have another discussion next week to see where we at next week on Wednesday.
Who knows?
I know.
Yeah, what's next? That's what I'm talking about. We don't know what's going on. Let me stop.
I mean, I'm sure it's gonna be something to talk about.
Another brand new topic,
For real.
It's gonna be probably a couple topics. Shoot, the way things are going.
Well, thank you for this space, though. Thank you for this space. Y'all have a good old day.
Okay, yes, let me drop y'all down too so you don't lose your coins.
Hey, hi.
All right, bye you guys.
Bye.
Thank you for having me.
Of course. Thank you for coming up. Yay! Okay, you guys. I appreciate y'all for coming in. And yes, Hines, you better come up on my panel next week or I'm gonna beat you down. And anybody else who wants to come up and talk next week, y'all. I really, really appreciate each and every one of y'all for being here with me this morning and continuing to support my lives. I'm probably going to chill out for a minute myself and get ready to start my day. But I love y'all so much. Y'all have an amazing rest of y'all Wednesday. I'll see y'all next time.